Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Zachary. I'm here with Ethan, Kyle's over there, Brennan, Michael, and Nick, and we're on the OG's podcast. I just wanted to first ask Brennan. So, are you starting a boy band called the Bad Boys, or what's up with that?
Seth will be my lead singer. You guys can all be my backup.
Seth's like a drummer though. Seth's more of a drummer.
I love how the second we
start the podcast,
go straight to Brennan.
The second we stopped the first one, the first thing we did was all just clown on Brennan.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Yep.
That's literally, it's just, you didn't get much of a taste for it in the first episode, but that's like our personality. I think that's like, you have funny, you have like chill, and then you just have makes fun of Brennan all the time. That's
like the segue between everything.
Yeah.
It's just when you run out of stuff to say, just Brennan's a scapegoat.
So yeah,
we're experimenting with some microphones. So
yeah.
Hopefully the audio is good. If not, I'm still posting it because this is
it's got to go up.
Exactly.
TikTok's gonna get us.
So there might be some uneven distribution of audio for certain people, but it's hard because each of us speak at a different volume. We have a microphone for Zachary now, so you can actually hear him.
You have me and Brennan practically yelling the whole time because that's just it. We're very loud personalities in general.
Yeah.
And Zach is just not.
Zach
is not.
Zach's the opposite.
Nick is quiet too, but
yeah.
Zach's like
no one's as bad as
personal
Zach.
embodiment of twiddling your thumbs.
Oh yeah,
hey,
and,
that's Zach right there.
Okay, I do have a story for the podcast that I was waiting. So
all right, Nick, let's jump right into it. Jump right in.
Okay, so I know
into it.
we don't like to talk about school. School is a boring subject, but for one of my classes, it's a storytelling class, as you guys know, and today was very interesting. That class, I've never actually listened to the stories.
Yeah.
But today, I guess, I was just bored. So I was like, all right, I'm going to listen to some.
I'm going to actually pay attention in class. Wow.
And when you listen, you can just listen to the OG's podcast.
It was just...
That's
a good thing to listen to. There's this... It was just like this weird range of stories it was just weird. And so, the one I remember the most right now is some girl talked about... This is when I had turned it off. She talked about how... she figured out about anime and it changed her life.
Like
oh yeah,
furry type of changed her life.
So she's like, yeah, I liked Avatar, and then some girl saw me watching Avatar and like thought that I liked anime. So then she introduced me to anime, and now we're like best friends. She saved my life. Okay, I was like, Jesus Christ. But the one story that I also want to segue into another thing because I have a question for the podcast as well. But the one story that was very interesting that I actually had to stop what I was doing and oh yeah, that was bad.
Oh, double take.
Oh, this guy I didn't hear his intro, but it's a made up story because you can tell a true story or a made up story. It was a made up story that he made about a guy who like murders his own wife because she cheated on him, and then like later goes to his job and some like lady's a jerk to him.
Yeah.
So then he kills her too. And like
hides the bodies in the
It's a segue into
hides the bodies in the trunk.
Becoming a serial killer.
Like, this guy's monotone the whole time, and he's like he loved the feeling of her life slowly slipping away from her, slowly turning into a corpse. I'm like, no way, this guy's insane.
Wow. He just like no emotion, just like He ripped
I was like, okay, I'm not getting.
And as he watched the life,
I'm not gonna be a roommate with this guy. I'm not gonna get freaking murdered.
Everyone in the class is just like,
dude, it was like silent. And then he's like, and then the teacher's like, oh, everybody's in.
Oh, is it a Zoom call?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so he's like, as I watched the life drain from her body as I clenched her throat.
Yeah.
He's just in super detail, just of murder.
Yeah.
The last second, he's just like, just kidding, that was true.
As I watched the color fade from her irises.
Yeah, it was like that creepy.
What? Why? Why are you talking about
this? Yeah, that guy's got some
Actually dissolved in the acid.
Yeah. No, I was just. I couldn't, and then
FBI is watching.
Oh, I wanted to segue into something, but do you have a comment?
I was just gonna say, do you not have to like tell a story? Like, do you not?
I did.
What was
I
your
already
story?
did.
What was
your story?
Mine was about skydiving.
Oh, okay.
Like what? The thrill of it, the process.
Okay. Mine was about skydiving, and then my teacher misunderstood me and thought that I went on a date. Thought I went on a date for skydiving, right? And
You
So-
kinda did,
so-
though.
Ah.
Kinda
That was
did.
kind of
I
the
did.
day.
I did
It
it
was,
though. I did it though. So basically,
First
He
prom,
told
then
me-
skydiving.
he told me to ask her out, and so I just lied to my class that I did. And it was like,
But now you
Oh, is
actually
that
have to
peer
do it for the
pressure,
story,
Nick?
though.
dude, I did. And then he's like cheering, and like the whole class, give me updates. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. I'm like, oh,
And you're just like,
Oh.
nope, I'm a lame.
You're like, we're just homies. Chill
boring-
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Not the.
anyways, I wanted to. I
out.
wanted to use the murderer. I wanted to use the murderer to segue.
Have we ever murdered someone? No, we haven't.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, well, did you murder someone?
No.
I mean, I definitely haven't killed anybody.
Okay, but what it was like one of those shower thoughts, and I was like, okay, I gotta bring this up on the podcast.
Thinking about me in the shower?
So maybe I am. Okay. Chill out.
Oh,
Anyways,
Oh my
Talk
God.
long
this,
enough.
this is
and we just
actually
turned
this is
it
actually a perfect segue now.
Is
Because
that when you
I
showered
was
at 2
thinking-
a.m. last night?
I was thinking about serial killers, right?
Oh, okay.
There's
Yeah.
never been a gay serial killer.
I don't think.
Why
that's
is
true.
that?
No. Okay, there's this guy. I don't. You've probably heard of him.
Because they're all
John
sane.
Wayne Gacy, right? The clown.
Oh,
guy.
He's
yeah,
some-
I've
yeah.
heard that.
Well, he was. I mean, he wasn't. He was a pedophile. Like he like drew in like underage boys.
Okay, well, yeah.
and killed them. I don't know if he's sexual. I think he might have anally.
Prob-
No, he's not
Oh,
like
God.
a.
whoa! You gonna throw that word in there?
Well, how else are you gonna have
If it's
sexual?
a
so-
boy, how
so
else
it's-
gonna rape him?
Yeah,
Because he's
that's what I-
gay.
that's
We're
what I
talking about
said.
gay
So,
serial
that's
killers,
That's why I said
right?
anal.
So Kevin Spacey.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that
How you know he
video.
hasn't killed
Have you
anybody?
seen that video?
Yes, I have.
That
Yeah.
was so creepy.
Let
What
me be
video?
frank. Yeah.
Because
that-
I've never watched the show. I forgot what it was called. House
Yeah.
of Cards.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
was he the president or something?
Something like that.
CIA? I don't know.
He was
Yeah,
some type
yeah,
of
he's the
authoritative
yeah.
figure.
I don't know what the show's about, but you know, he played a character and then he got kicked off the show, obviously because he was
touching little kids.
yes, touching little boys.
Yes.
And then he just makes this video, and it's not like on his own. I'm pretty sure it was like through. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it was,
It
on
was
his own.
professionally made.
So I don't know
It
if he
probably
like.
was his kitchen though, because he's
Yeah,
man.
he was. I don't. He was in character, I think.
Yeah, he was.
And it was just like he was alluding to the fact
Yeah,
that like what
it's
happened,
creepy.
and he just is like, you know, yeah, like you were talking about that guy
Oh, when he
telling
talks
that
about
story.
when he talks about being gay, that video.
Well, I don't know if he explicitly it's
Well, because
it's
whenever
addressing the situation, but it's not addressing the situation. It just makes you uncomfortable when you know who he like the context. Like if you watch it
Yeah.
out of context, you'd be like, okay, it's just him playing his character.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he's like being super. I don't
Yeah.
know, but it,
Okay,
Oh,
let
and
me reframe my question. What if there was a gay serial killer in 2020? I think that would be like
they'd probably get away with it.
Yeah,
probably.
They'd be
but,
praised.
But like in my mind, I was just like thinking,
Go
it's like-
Queen!
just
Go
like
Queen!
I'm dead and you're dead too. Like
I'm so dead.
like
well, I
it's
mean,
just
like,
like I don't
yeah,
know.
you can.
I don't know.
I mean, freaking.
You can't really think of any serial killer anyways,
I
right?
can't think of
It's-
any serial killer.
Okay, I'm saying like
In
Jack
in
the
2020,
Ripper.
yeah, it's
Ted
weird.
Bundy.
Well, it's because
because-
they're getting away with it.
Exactly.
Like the thing that made Ted Bundy.
Because they never bring him up anymore.
It-
Now
well-
there's always some bigger story.
What
for
if
some
what if he
reason.
was in the closet? You never know.
Well, I mean, he was touching everybody he could. He
True,
may have
true.
touched a guy. I don't know. He killed countless people. We don't even know.
Yeah.
But the reason he's so famous and he has killed so many people is because the police around the world were just so incompetent. Like they didn't work with each other. The FBI
They all want to be the one that
it
caught
wasn't
him.
involved. I don't even know if the FBI was like. I'm not really sure when the FBI actually became a thing. I'm not very inversed in that, but it definitely was not at the countrywide scale. Like it couldn't tell what was going on in California because
Yeah.
they're
Well, yeah,
based on the other side of the
From
country.
like
They just
watching
couldn't.
stuff, everyone wanted to be the one that caught him. That's why no one really shared any information because everyone wanted to be the reason that he was
No,
caught.
Yeah, that's what happened
Yeah.
with.
So instead of knowing
Jesus
like
Christ.
timelines put together, they just
No, that's what
wanted
happened with
to
the
be there.
Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
Like they were more competent then, but even then they were just like, no, we're not going to give you our evidence. And it's like, bro, dude.
yeah, he killed this person in our state lines. Well, he killed like 8 over here. Can
Yeah.
we get some
well,
information?
even now, well, actually not now. This happened like 20 years ago. It's weird because when I think 2000s, I think like a few years ago. But that's 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2000.
it is weird.
But in the 90s in Cal Poly, there was a girl that was
Oh yeah.
went missing. There's a great podcast about it called In Your Own Backyard or Your Own Backyard. It's fascinating. But it's fascinating because of how incompetent just the Cal Poly school was, the Cal Poly police, and then the FBI. It's like even then, there's only 3 or so parties and like maybe a few counties that just like they have completely different information. Like they have different. The guy puts it perfectly in the newest episode that released a few days ago. He's like separate pieces of the puzzle. Like it's like someone dumped a puzzle out on the floor and then they all grabbed a handful and then they all put it together. And it's like, oh, this county has a picture of a horse's head, and this person has just a blue sky, and this person has a horse's legs.
This person has a wing. This person has a lion's tail.
Yeah, and they have no idea what it's supposed to form.
If they
But unless you put it together, it's like
they
oh,
find out.
It's
They
a
find out
horse.
it's a Pegasus or something.
Yeah, and it's like, but they don't have the pieces together, and that's why they just we're not gonna find this girl. We're all pretty sure where she. No, we all are pretty sure where she is. It's called your own backyard. They're saying it's literally in someone's backyard.
Jeez.
But they are so incompetent that they screwed up actually just digging the darn backyard up and finding the body.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we served a warrant and couldn't find anything, so we just left. And now once you double jeopardy, you can't just like you serve a search warrant once, you can't just go back for the same reason. You have to find new compelling
you have to have
evidence.
new.
It's like, they blew their load.
You have to have
basically.
some new probable cause.
So it's just like that's why you don't see modern serial killers, because they either catch them before they happen, or they're just so able to get beyond the advanced. The FBI is still pretty incompetent in my opinion, but they're leagues ahead of than where they were just 20 years ago. So
Yeah.
just technology and stuff, like you literally cannot get away with murder. You will leave behind evidence no matter how hard you try. It's kind of crazy how much they can like find the most
You ever looked
minuscule
at
pieces of
like
evidence.
heard people? I know it's a little weird, like the way you said that guy talks about murder. Like,
Yeah.
you ever looked at how people like analyze like arterial spray and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Like
What?
they know like how they were cut, what angle by
Just
looking
by the
at
spray.
blood splatters.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Like they can like they were it's some ID show my mom watches, but she's watching it. Probably Dateline on ID, but this dude had killed his wife or something, and he'd cleaned it up super well, except for like maybe a drop or two, like just up, because like you don't expect the blood to go that high, but it's just on like the wall on the roof or something, and they end up finding out like what angle, how sharp the object was,
Yeah.
and then he gets caught instantly.
What?
It was so
I
it's
don't-
so crazy.
I don't know if you guys did it because we all went to the same school, but like I'm pretty sure they shut it down like pretty quickly after we had done it. Like we were one of the last few classes to do it. In 7th grade, we did this thing called Clues in Crime. And
Never even
it
heard
was
of it.
literally like we had our science class, and then you would just randomly like once a week you'd go to the computer lab and just learn about forensic science and like
Yeah.
crime scene investigation.
You
We
go
never did.
through
See,
like
that sounds
it
kinda
listed
sick.
like different murderers, and it'd be like their pictures and stuff, and then you'd click on it, and then it would take you into a crime scene, and you would have to try to figure out
How they figured it out.
Yeah, how they figured it out.
And like the last one, it was blood spray. It was just literally like we're 7th grade. We're learning about murder
kinda
and
weird.
rape.
Yeah, a little
and
bit.
I'm like,
And I'm
why?
almost positive O.J. Simpson was on there,
Yep.
and the dude wasn't
Yep.
even proved to be guilty,
He
even though
didn't do it though. He
even
didn't
though
do it,
yeah,
though.
Yeah,
he,
it's funny.
he didn't do
Even
it. But
He just wrote a book about what he would do. If
Yeah.
if he did it.
Even
what he would have done.
It's funny, like it was saying.
I mean, if I got away with that, what I would have done.
even even the program or the program that we did it through was just like, yeah, we're pretty sure he did it.
Yeah.
Like this is how he did it, but he somehow got away with it.
Yeah.
Like it showed Ted Bundy, and it was like the reason he got caught. I mean, it's funny because it's not really the reason he got caught. It
Yeah.
was just like a huge sticking point in like how they got him was he bit a girl's butt cheek, and they used his dental records to like prove that. It was like, dude, this guy would have been.
Man's gotta
This
eat,
guy.
you know?
Oh my god.
Gotta eat the booty like groceries.
Okay, what I saw something that was pretty funny to me is like if you look at OJ Simpson, he has a Twitter, which is just weird.
yeah, insane.
But like he makes videos, he's just like, "Hey guys, it's OJ Simpson here." It's like you killed somebody.
There's
Like,
like, I don't know if these are real. Like, I want them to be real so
Just
bad.
demoralizing you every time you
It's
see him.
just-
Just brings back
he's
memories.
like giving his opinion on just like
No,
topical things.
yeah, people would comment under and be like, "Oh, just clowning
Yeah,
on him for being a serial killer." And
to
then
be
I
ex-
swear these were real. I want them to be real more than anything.
Today
He
would
would
be the
DM
best.
them and be like, I'm gonna cut you up, and then just have like a bunch of nice emojis.
No way.
And then like he would block
That
them.
can't be real.
Now that just sounds
hope
too good to
so,
be
it's
true,
real.
but like,
Yeah.
come on,
That's
like,
gotta be fake.
Well, even nowadays, the way people
But it
comment
was
nowadays
like-
is so much funnier than how it used to be. Everyone has jokes now. It could be the most basic video, and they find a way to make it funny.
well,
Yeah.
like oh my god, this is like this is like the epitome of Twitter. The AT&T ads with the
Oh
with
my
Lily,
God. With Lily,
AT&T
dude.
girl.
my God.
Oh,
You know,
they put the silencer on these ones for real. That one's so
so
good.
She's
the best meme.
she's she's got big
Oh
old.
my God.
She's got a very
Oh
big
my-
personality. Okay.
She got two big personalities,
Yeah.
right? She wears it on her chest. Kind of
Oh
thing.
my
Yeah.
God.
Oh
She-
my god, this
Okay.
is too.
Coming out here,
no.
bro.
So you literally any
back
of the
surgery.
comments on YouTube, on Twitter, anywhere,
Oh yeah.
literally anywhere. You go into the comments and it's just milk, milk, milk,
Oh,
milk, or
no.
milk wagon, milk,
I
milk.
feel
Yeah.
so
Did you see
bad
her?
for her.
She was crying on live. That was so,
Yeah, yeah.
Because everybody was just commenting that, and it was so
Yeah,
messed up.
Like while she's
Like-
talking about
like
it, there's like look
Milky's
at
in all
milk wagon,
caps.
milk,
It's
milk
bad.
wagon. Like
Oh,
it's
and
like
she's
People
just like-
have no
she's like-
respect at
She's
all.
like, guys, like I don't like when you guys say that. And they just don't. It's just like still going.
like you know, I hear a lot of people go, "Oh man, you wouldn't survive a day in Xbox Live voice chat or like Xbox." But I'm telling you, people these days they still have it.
Well, it's
Like, they
worse
still
now
have it.
because everyone tries to be PC, so they have to make up for
Yeah,
for everything that,
yeah.
that you can't say.
It-
They have to make up for it somehow.
yeah,
Yeah.
they hit back even harder than they did because everyone was okay with calling people the N word. Not they just you go on to Xbox 360, you're playing, queuing up for a Halo 3 lobby, and it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
what's up?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was arguing with someone the other day on Snapchat or something, and it was like back in the day when someone made a joke at you. It wasn't about like about what they said because it didn't matter. It was all about how you responded. It never mattered what they said because it was just a joke. No
Yeah.
one took it seriously. It was all about just
Yeah.
what could you say back that would be funnier. That's all it was. You could literally say anything. And
Yeah.
back then, even race wasn't even that big of a deal
Excuse me.
in jokes. No one really brought up race. They just brought up what you looked like or just whatever they knew about you.
Yeah, well now it's
It was
like
Now when you bring up race, it just makes things more racist.
Yeah.
like
We
yeah, okay,
talked
so
about that last episode, like the whole like comedians.
Yeah.
And how like
Yeah,
certain things like
exactly.
The Office can't exist anymore, and it's sad. It's sad
Yeah.
to see it. But what were we saying?
Like I know you don't like to bring up school, but I did an essay today, and it was about you go to law school, you pass the bar exam, and now you're a lawyer. And you're thumbing through documents. You're defending somebody, and they have an incriminating document, and someone gives a discovery, which means you have to give up the evidence you have, and they outline what you have to give up, and it says, oh, the discovery is poorly written, and the evidence that would give them up does not fall in the category. Do you give it up anyways, or keep it to help your client win? And it's like if you kept it, you are keeping a settlement from a disabled person.
okay, I see.
I said, this has nothing to do with that disabled person anymore. It has to do with my job.
yeah, I mean,
I'm hired to defend them, so if I don't have to give it up, I'm getting paid. I'm not giving
Yeah,
it up. I
lawyer-
don't care
Yeah.
if you're disabled, if you're a different race, or you're a little kid. I'm
trying to
winning my
win.
case.
Yeah, no,
I'm here to win, baby.
Yeah,
I'm here for
lawyer,
dubs.
being a lawyer must be.
I'm
one of
not
the
here to just be nice all the time.
Being a lawyer has got to be like one of the hardest.
Yeah.
Like one,
Well,
it
it's
sounds
like
so
you're a
mundane.
professional
It's
liar.
slimy,
Yeah.
Dude, it's like
slimy.
even
Because
if
you
you
just
know,
find loopholes,
even if
like
you
that's your whole job.
even if you know your client did it,
It's guilty. You have to produce.
have to
Yeah.
make it seem like they're innocent.
Well, that's how like probably public defenders like they deal with scum, like the scum of the
Yeah.
earth, because
Yeah.
And they say,
No
I want
one-
to be,
no-
I want to be free of all charges. That's not happening.
yeah, no professional, unless you're like a celebrity that murdered someone, like
I
that
don't know.
one football
Maybe
player
O.J.
guy.
Simpson or something?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy. Never. So if you don't have the best of the best, you're probably gonna have a public defender, and it's like they got to know that 90% of the people they deal with definitely are.
Are guilty.
Well, and a lot of them settle out or they
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
plea deal. So it's
'cause-
not they go they're like, dude, you're not gonna get you're gonna have to go to prison. So we're gonna
Yeah.
make negotiations, which is like it's so odd. Like I'm a pretty straightforward guy. Like justice should be served. I don't know how I feel about like plea deals and stuff. Like, okay, who cares that
Yeah.
you're admitting to it?
You're like,
Does that
just because you're honest, you get
it's like you get
years
less time?
knocked
Oh
off.
yeah, I murdered. I don't know if they do this for certain. I'm not well versed into law. I think for some stuff that's just not on the table. Like if you murder
Yeah.
someone, you're you're tough out of luck. Like,
Well, if they-
you either get out or you don't. But I don't know.
I think most plea deals for that kind of stuff is like they know you did it. It's just a matter of them finding the evidence. That's usually when they give it up.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it's not like lawyers are bad people. It's just like sometimes they're they're trying to make a living.
Yeah, they're just caught in a bad situation.
Yeah.
If you don't incentivize it with money, you're not going to get as many lawyers. So it's like it's kind of like you find somewhere in the middle. Our justice system definitely has some work to do, but the people that clown on it say it's broken. Like I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. But I'm also not too. I'm more knowledgeable about law enforcement, not necessarily the courts and stuff. Just because that's just more a part of my life than it is. I don't have I don't know any lawyers, so it's just like not exactly the most common profession that you find. People don't.
Yeah.
People say they're going to be lawyers in high school. Like it's my.
Everyone says anything until they find out how much work they need to put in.
No, my favorite thing is like whenever the seniors class graduates, they like make the video of like what they're going to school for. And they're just like I'm going to NJC and I'm going to be a neurologist, and I'm like that especially when you know the person, you're like that person is the most unmotivated moron that I know, and they think they could just walk into college and just I'm gonna be a neurosurgeon.
Yeah,
I'm calling you out, boy. I'm calling you out.
My major.
All y'all that went to high school with me, I'm calling you out. You know who you are.
Yeah, look, open up the yearbook.
Okay.
Don't close it this time. Open it up.
Okay. So Brennan has not talked a single time. Let's give him a segment of the podcast.
Brennan, let's get a nice close up of
Oh,
you.
you
You do have Dr. Pepper.
A nice,
So-
nice ASMR of the opening.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
When you guys are drinking soda or really any drink, do you guys find a different taste when you like if you drink it out of a can or you drink it out of like?
I was
a
thinking about this the other day because I
Yes.
was thinking about you guys, and I was like, I know that it's the same thing. I know it is, and I'm like, it makes me mad that
No.
you can't
honestly,
I
deny
don't.
it.
It's not though.
You can't deny
I think bottles usually typically have real sugar, which tastes different.
I think
that's
That's
true.
usually what
I think
it
the
is.
way certain materials also.
Because like real
take
sugar.
away-
Yeah,
Take
the
away from
aluminum.
the taste.
I think I'm gonna have to rank them, and I think I'm gonna have to go.
Oh, that
In
could
a
be
can.
a video. Right
Number
there.
one's gonna have to be in a can.
Really?
Yeah. Number two is gonna have to be from a fountain, like going to a restaurant and getting from a fountain. Number three is plastic bottle.
You get like mixed with a bunch of other crap.
No. Fountain's easily the worst.
Have you ever tried
some fountains are
tried
fine.
I have dried glass, but
And you're
personally,
putting it at the bottom.
no. I'm not putting it anywhere yet because I
you
want
said
to.
number
I want to
two.
hear
No,
what you guys
only
have to
said
think.
That was fountain.
Yeah, number two.
Wow.
Right now, I personally think that this is better than fountain, but I want to know what you guys think.
Wait, but you just said that.
No,
Before
Plastic
this.
bottle. Plastic bottle to me is number three.
You
Plastic bottle is the
haven't.
worst.
You didn't include this in the ranking.
No, I did not.
Okay, so.
But if I had to, it would be number two. I personally think that with the real sugar, it tastes like a different soda.
No, if it's real sugar,
Yeah.
I'm not no joke. I'd probably take a can.
So
Because like real sugar Pepsi tastes so much better than regular Pepsi. But I just like it because for me cans are less ounces than a bottle. That's the only reason. Is
Well,
because
okay,
I don't like to drink a lot of soda.
So for
That's
context,
literally the only reason.
for context,
That's the only reason. For a
yeah,
can.
me and
It's
Brennan
less.
are the soda boys. You guys drink soda too, but like
Yeah.
we're the soda boys. We're
yeah,
unhealthy.
I've cut
we
soda
we
a
don't
lot.
care.
Kyle like-
Kyle likes soda.
Dude, soda's the best.
I love
That's
soda.
the only- That's the only thing.
I either drink no soda or a lot of soda. Is how it
Yeah,
works.
I should. Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah.
But Kyle's like cut back a lot.
I work at Taco Bell, so
Oh,
literally I can drink Pepsi, cherry Pepsi.
Well, you gotta drink that
Pico
you gotta drink that
any damn
mango.
time I want.
So anyway, Ethan here for my birthday, we were talking about how I wanted to try Dr. Pepper in a glass bottle.
Dr Pepper's our favorite soda, so which is why. And I
For
didn't
my
give him.
birthday.
Oh, my bad. Okay, but anyway, Dr. Pepper's our favorite soda, and I wanted to try it in a glass bottle. So Ethan bought me 12 glasses of Dr. Pepper.
For my birthday.
Wait, you said
So-
so have you had any yet?
I've had some. Me and my
Oh,
family shared
okay.
the other 10, but I brought these two for us to try, and we're gonna try them here on the podcast and see
Oh,
what you guys
us.
first.
Sure.
Okay.
Us.
Yes,
Yeah.
us.
I-
Our
look,
first.
Specifically, Kyle first.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna open it up here, and you guys get to try. All right. So after all you guys' first taste of the glass bottle Dr. Pepper, I want to know what you guys' thoughts are.
It tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Completely agree.
It does.
Tastes
It
exactly the
You don't think
same
it
doesn't
tastes
taste
different?
as
No.
canned
It's like,
Dr.
for
Pepper.
me-
I think it
'Cause, like,
tastes
I noticed
the
the
same.
glass. Oh, I also that's
Well-
the first soda I've had in a really long time. But
for the Coke, I can notice that.
Yeah,
I noticed
also,
the Coke.
because Dr Pepper's a lot more strong. It's not based on the sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like other sodas that have more sugar taste
And
different.
root beer. Root beer's good in
Yeah.
a glass bottle compared to.
So I don't know if it's because it's been
The sarsaparilla.
it's been a while since
Sarsaparilla.
you've like gotten these. I don't. It's not been like too long. It's not like it's expired or stale or anything. But the carbonation is definitely not.
That wasn't
There.
a pop.
Well,
It
these
wasn't
were
a pop.
made in 2018.
Oh my lord!
These don't
oh, so
sell.
it's expired.
No.
No.
Oh my
Amazon,
God.
Amazon wouldn't.
Dude, Brendan, don't make
Amazon
myself
wouldn't
throw
sell
up.
it. Amazon wouldn't sell it if it was
No,
expired.
no. Well, we can
True.
sue them and get some money.
Exactly, but
Is this
Ooh,
through?
that's-
Was this
that's
like
a move.
through Dr Pepper?
I don't know. I just know that when you're looking at the can,
Was it
or the-
Amazon grocery or something?
it was on Amazon. That's all I know.
Okay.
I see. That's sketch.
So
Why
it
did you
says
just go to the
2018
store?
Dr Pepper.
You can't get a glass bottle at the store.
No, yeah,
you can.
no, I've never
Not
seen a
for
Dr
Dr.
Pepper.
Pepper.
There's
Not
no-
Dr Pepper.
They're a little more hard to come by. Like around here, you don't find them. You might. You can. It's not like they're exclusively online, but
I don't
like,
think I've ever looked for a Dr
but
Pepper.
like you know, I only see
bottle.
Coke,
Yeah, true,
Fanta,
'cause
Mountain
the other sodas
Dew,
are better.
Pepsi, and that's it.
I
But
think-
Bro, Manzanita Soul Fire.
I
Slept
think
on.
the main,
Slept on.
like
So you know.
thing for me in
It
soda
is.
is
Fire. It comes in bottles too.
I think
Kyle's talking, all right. But the
Sorry,
man
Kyle,
is
keep going.
speaking.
Keep going.
the main thing for soda is if it's like cold. It's got to be cold. Otherwise, it's not enjoyable. Because I feel like when it's
True.
cold, even if it's not carbonated, it,
So Brennan's
it kinda saves
lukewarm.
Okay,
Gotcha.
it
They
wasn't.
were in the fridge before we started, but we took so long to
They
actually
were
go.
in the fridge. They were in the fridge.
They were, my bad. They
Okay.
were in the fridge, but we took so long to actually start the podcast. They've been sitting out here for a while, so they got
It's
the
like the French
lukewarm.
from Zombies.
So,
That's what it was.
yeah,
Just wasn't
um,
turned on.
Yeah.
Just holds a gun in there. That's it.
But
I think you could definitely taste the sugar.
You can taste the Dr. Pepper.
Well,
you can taste
well,
it.
yeah,
no, I
it's-
mean like
it's
the
Dr. Pepper.
it
I
kind of
think-
like has that like when you drink sarsaparilla, for example.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. I think
It's a lot
stronger
more
flavors have less of a
distinct
difference.
sugar.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't.
yeah.
doesn't
I
come through
personally
it.
don't think I've ever
And
drinking.
mints.
Dude, let's go back to that one place, Nick.
Yeah.
Was it
Let's
Columbia?
just take a trip.
And
Yeah.
Manzanita Souls.
That one place, yes.
Columbia.
Yeah, let's go back to
What is it? Washington? Whatever it was.
No, it was
Columbia.
Washington.
Columbia.
Yeah,
Columbus.
Columbus. Whatever.
Washington.
I don't
What was it? I
know.
don't remember.
Columbus.
I slept the whole way there. What do you think? I went there just for root beer. That's the only reason I went.
Dude, Mr. LaBruce.
Root beer's my favorite soda. Yeah, that was clutch.
Okay,
Root beer's trash.
boys, I'm kind of pissed.
With the
Oh,
Bucks.
Why are you
I'm
mad?
kind of mad about something.
Oh,
This Dr Pepper definitely lifted my spirits, but
Okay.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed about a few things.
Okay.
This week has just been. It's like it's been trying to anger me.
Okay,
Just
lay it
multiple
on.
things.
Lay
All
it
right,
on.
all right.
Number
Number
one.
one, number
I'm
one.
not gonna lie.
My boys told me I should talk about this because I was venting to them about it earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to CSM and Ruby out there. Anyway,
We're not your boys.
Shout out Facebook.
What?
look, I've got plenty of boys. Let me just
My bad. Keep
let
going.
me
Different
start,
boys, bro.
Let me get a little. Yeah, everybody has multiple sect of boys.
You don't
You
have
can't even talk.
Like, there's like the
Brendan.
boys.
I don't though. I
Cause
talk
like
to you guys.
there's
for
like the
everything.
boys in your family. There's like
You got Brendan's
there's some other
boyfriend?
boys.
yeah, you got Brent's boys.
Oh, no.
Your
Brendan's in like
friends.
12 foursomes, all right? With all
Whoa.
men. All with men.
I am a virgin.
Whoa,
Keeping that in the podcast. yeah, keeping that in the podcast.
That's the name of the episode. Brendan's still a virgin. Okay.
with men.
I don't know.
Ethan, let Ethan tell his story, please.
So has everybody been watching The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so
wait, has there been a new episode?
The fifth one just came out.
Did
I
you
have
watch
not.
this
Oh,
on Friday?
I haven't seen
I have
it.
not.
I
No,
have.
I'm not going to be spoiling anything.
Okay, good,
disclaimer.
good,
good.
This has nothing to do with the
Don't
actual
spoil it.
content of
Good.
The Mandalorian.
Okay, that's fine.
So I haven't been able to watch it. I haven't been able to watch it.
Is it what I think it is?
Just-
because
I'm
I
not
have it
gonna-
in
I'm
my
not gonna-
notes. I have it in my notes
It's not-
also.
No, it's literally just my own personal.
Okay.
I mean, it's just general thing that I'm sure has happened to everybody. I cannot stand people on the internet. They think that they're so selfish. They can just talk about whatever they want because it excites them and it makes them feel good and it gets them clicks. They just blatantly spoil
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the first, I would say episode 2 to 4. I watched episode 1, so I wasn't really mad about the episode 1 spoilers because I watched it. But like they did it to episode 1 certainly.
Yeah.
But 2 to 4 was like they weren't talking about as much. But
The
episode
last one
5,
especially
holy
the last
crap!
one.
I have seen like I don't know the actual plot of the episode, but I know
Oh, you haven't watched
just
it
about
yet?
every cool. Yeah, I still haven't watched it. I know just about anything that would excite any Star Wars fan.
Oh,
Just anything that's cool.
I gotta stay off the internet, bro.
Anything that's cool.
Oh,
They
for real.
spoil. They're like,
Well,
oh my god,
okay,
I can't believe they did this. And then you see articles like from respected publications for these kinds of things. Screen Rant, IGN, comicbook.com.
Yeah, they don't wait.
They just go, they put pictures in the thumbnail and they
Oh,
go,
yeah.
what spoiler means for the Mandalorian going forward, or will this thing happen because of this?
You know,
and you're like,
who's scummier than corporations?
scum.
My brother Christopher, who sends me a picture 30 minutes after it came out. I'm,
God.
yeah, it's Thanksgiving. I got home at 12:30. I get a picture from my brother, blatant spoiler. I said, all right, cool.
Well, so like I don't know if he was trying to troll you. Like the thing
No,
about
he
trolls,
he wanted me to be excited, but I'm like,
Dude.
can I watch it first?
yeah, that's the thing is like trolls. Like you know what they're out to do. You know what they're set to do. Like everybody knows they're a-holes, so you're just mad.
Like the dude that
Sorry, I don't know if I got one out of you. So
Died. The camera died.
oh well, can't see my beautiful face anymore. I'm sorry, all the watchers. I know that's why you're there. Anyway, so you see these. Wow, I lost my train of thought. But
Trolls.
the point, yeah, trolls.
You know what
you
their-
get
their
it.
intent is.
Everybody expects it from them. But you just have these people that are so self-centered and so self-absorbed that they think only the Mandalorian matters to them. So
Well, did
once
you-
they see it, they can go on Twitter and go,
yeah.
oh my god, I love this thing and I love that thing. And I'm like, I haven't watched it yet. It was 2 a.m. Let me put this into perspective. I work overnights. So I work from 12 midnight. I work from midnight to 8 a.m. 2 o'clock on my break. 2 a.m. 2 hours after the
After it
maybe
came out.
give or take because time zones and stuff. People were already spoiling the most major parts of the episode. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me, and it absolutely pisses me
Do you
off.
remember when they spoiled Han Solo dying?
Dude, like
That dude got killed. They
day-
doxed him
the
and
day-
he got killed.
the
Yeah.
He
day
actually died.
it released, I made sure that I wasn't gonna be on.
No, before it released, people had the movie.
People
leaked
saw
the
before
premiere.
spoiling that Han
But, like,
Solo died.
Yeah.
But like
Some
the
dude
day it
found the
released,
premiere
I
and
made
posted
sure I didn't say on. I was off of social media. Well, that was bad.
Whoa.
I was
Social
off
media.
of social media
Social
all
media.
day. Never went on
Social
Snapchat,
media.
no Instagram. I stayed off of like Google and stuff just in case like an article would pop up. And randomly, one of my classmates, like you just can't. If you're around people, you're not gonna avoid spoilers. In one of my classes, just
How is
turns around to me and Ethan. Me and Ethan both sitting there, and blatantly just says Han Solo died. And he was just
Oh,
like,
I remember that day. That day at school, people were just saying it out loud. I had headphones on the whole day, so I heard someone said, "Oh, so and so's going around saying the spoiler." Not so the whole day. I had my music
Yeah.
up,
Mhm.
and someone goes, "Hey, Michael," and I, "What's up?" Han Solo died. Okay,
But it was just.
I was
ruined-
so mad.
It ruined
I
my
was
day.
so
I went
mad.
through the first, 6 periods of the day
Yep.
without
mine was
hearing
like-
a single
mine was like
spoiler, and then
seventh
I got
period.
spoiled. At
Seventh
the end
period
of
at
the day.
PE.
Later that day, I
athletics.
went and watched the movie in theaters, but I literally had just that one student. If he didn't say anything, I was fine. I was gonna get the full experience of not knowing Han Solo died in the theater,
Yeah.
but I already knew going into the scene what was gonna happen, and it was spoiled for me from a fellow student. So it's not even on the internet.
I know.
It's
I
just,
wasn't.
as long as you're around people, you're gonna get spoiled.
I wasn't even able to cry
I wanna-
about Han Solo dying.
I want to tell you guys about what I think is worse. You guys remember? You guys all remember Endgame? You know,
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a big
how
one.
Iron
movie.
Man dies. You know, a beloved character. I'm just,
I think
you
the
know,
statute of limitation is lifted out that. We can talk about that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
been what,
that's-
Okay.
If you haven't
Honestly,
seen it,
there's a timestamp of, or not timestamp.
I would say within like
If it's
after
been
a
a
month
year-
or two, I think it's.
I
done.
don't know, but definitely, I think this one is fine. But like, I don't know. But yeah, whatever. Continue.
yeah. So you know, if you don't know, Iron Man dies in Endgame. Okay.
What?
But
Sorry if you didn't know.
Wait, I mean, yeah, they've released other
The
movies
Iron Man
where they
dies?
talk about it. So.
The Iron Man.
yes, and so you know, I'm on. We
Nick's
Good
trying to
stuff,
Nick's trying to
Nick.
fix the
Nick's
so
over there
camera.
trying to fix
me,
the
Nick,
camera.
and Ethan, Brennan. Was it Brennan? You didn't do FPLA, did you?
No, I didn't.
We're in Future Business Leaders of America Club, and a group of people went to go see Endgame shortly after it was released
Mhm.
while we're away, but I decided not to go. I can't remember why.
It's probably your girlfriend.
Oh yes, I was supposed to go see it with my girlfriend.
That's what
so
it was. Yeah.
I guess I'm a simp. Yeah, call me.
Who
a
said
simp.
that? Was that
That
Brennan?
was Ethan.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Kyle. I heard.
No. Okay. Anyway, I'm just on Snapchat, on my stories, and some scumbag
Yeah.
is just like Iron Man dies or whatever. Iron Man dies in Endgame and just says like "frick all you" just because he wanted to be a scumbag.
Yeah.
And I literally blocked.
Those people certainly tick me off.
I never want to see you in my life.
I got spoiled a few times, but I literally thought it was a joke on the internet because
yeah.
because it was so outlandish that they said Iron Man dies, and I just didn't believe him. I actually just
guess
didn't
that's
believe
good
him.
that you didn't believe them.
But then
If
I was
you're-
like, he's dying. I was like, are you serious?
A fan of the comics already knew it was gonna happen.
Well,
But
I think anybody with I think it was a lot
not
of people
really,
predicted
though.
it. Like I
Yeah.
definitely thought it was gonna happen, and like you could see it coming in the movie. Like I was like, okay, and I'm glad that they didn't spoil, or I didn't see many spoilers for which I thought was a much bigger revelation was the whole thing with Captain America.
Well, if,
Just in
if
case
you're a fan,
anybody hasn't seen it,
if
I'm
you're
not
a
gonna
fan
say
of
what it
the-
is, but you guys know what I'm talking
if
about.
you're a fan of the comics, you expected Captain America to die during
To die Civil War,
That's
yeah.
when he gets clapped.
Yeah, but
he gets
like
sniped.
I don't expect them to follow the comics too loosely.
No.
But like just this one, I'm like they started the MCU with Iron Man.
Yeah.
So it was like it seemed
And it's
pretty
been a
obvious
long-
that they were going to end
What,
it
10 to
with
12 years?
So, yeah, I literally like even the people that I think the people that just make me mad are the people that think they're okay with, like they don't know that they're doing something wrong with these trolls. Like they're actively trying to do something that they know is wrong, but these other people, they're just so they're like I've said multiple times, they're so absorbed with themselves that they think it's okay to be like to ruin it for other people just out of their own excitement. I'm like, I'm excited just as much as you.
What do
are,
you think is
but I'm
worse?
not an a-hole.
What do you think is worse? People that do it on purpose, or people that like try to troll you, or people that troll you and think that they're trolling you? They're like that.
What do you mean, like an
They
example?
bring something up thinking it bothers you,
Oh, and it doesn't,
and
you're
it
just-
doesn't, and you're like, I'm not bothered, but then
Yeah,
they
oh.
insist that you are bothered
Yeah,
by
I think
it.
I think
That's I think that's worse.
I think you
'Cause
see that a lot with
Like, they have no- they have-
intent.
yeah, they
Yeah.
have no
That they
no
weren't
other
making
reason
that.
to be on this earth than to somehow piggyback their life on yours.
Brennan will be taking a short
Bye.
short break. Brennan,
Bye,
bye.
Gotta call my mommy.
Bye, Brendan. Love you.
Oh my god. First bad boys, now mommy.
Anyway,
You wanna see, Kyle?
you see that a lot with the election that just happened. We're
Yeah.
pretty sure that Trump is not going to win.
Yep.
Whatever, right? I'm just gonna come out and say it. I voted for Trump. I support Trump.
17 years
So
old.
you just you see a lot of people like just clowning, and there are Trump supporters that are having a meltdown. It happens. Everybody
Yeah,
melts down.
yeah.
Doesn't matter what side you're on, but you just see so many people thinking that we're gonna react the same way that other people on the other side of the aisle reacted.
Well, like,
And there are just a lot of people that don't, and there was a lot of people on the left that didn't care either when Trump won. Though in my opinion, I think the people on the right weren't as crazy, but I think it's a bit different. Now the right's going to way more conspiracy. I don't know. I'm not going to speak definitively on that. I'm generalizing.
well, when they thought Trump
But-
was gonna win, cities were boarding up, preparing for
that is
riots.
very true. There weren't any
And
riots.
since Biden's been ahead, there's been no riots.
Exactly, but there have been lots of people on the left that when Trump won, they were the same people that were melting down, and before the election they were melting down. During the whole 4 years they're melting down. Right?
Talking about
These people are
collusion.
finally like, oh, finally you get to feel what we feel, and then they're like, laughing at us, and we're like, dude,
we don't take it as
we're
serious
like,
as
dude,
they
we're
do.
like, I'm gonna go live my life just like I did during 8 years of Obama, even though I was a child. Like, even if it was bad, I wouldn't have known. But like, it doesn't matter. I lived my life.
It
Then
yeah,
I
it's
lived
not
my
going to
life
consume
during
as
Trump,
much of our day as it did your day.
and I can live through 8 years of Biden. I can even live through 8 years of Bernie Sanders, of AOC, of
Yeah.
I know that I could. I know that I could. I don't know why I'm leaning into the mic.
You know
It's
what's
not a good
funny?
idea, but
The fact that now that we know, Biden's pretty much our president, right? I haven't seen one single person that has been posting before, we knew who was going to be
Oh,
president.
before election.
I haven't seen them posting at all about Biden. Nothing.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
Posted anything about
excited
Trump.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. That oh, he's going to do this. Oh,
Yeah,
this
nobody's
is why
excited
we're
about Biden.
Yeah.
No, because
and-
nobody knows
and
anything. Because
I
most,
don't think you
Yeah.
should be excited about a politician personally. Like,
Yeah,
they're
no, not at
whatever,
all.
they're garbage. I'm kind of glad. I'm honestly, hot take, I'm kind of glad that things turned out the way they did. I would obviously have preferred Trump winning for me, but Biden, I believe if the Senate keeps a Republican majority, and maybe even if he doesn't, but maybe I'm just being a little more optimistic than usual, I really think he's going to be one of the most useless presidents in the history of America. Like,
Yeah.
He's not going to get anything done.
Well,
And for me, that's almost exactly what I want to happen. Because
Well,
Trump
'cause
kind of
everything's gonna
shut
get-
down a lot of foreign stuff. So if Biden doesn't really succeed in starting anything foreign wise, like
Well, anything that
Well,
he tries to
pretty
do
much
is,
fine.
Well,
is
one of the
most,
things is, like-
most likely going to get shut down
it's like
yeah,
because
No matter-
through the Congress.
no matter
anyway.
what side you're on, can you name a policy that he's planning to
No.
put in?
No,
He hasn't said
anything that he
anything.
has said.
he
he's
hasn't
probably
run
already
all-
been
he's
doing.
run on nothing
He's
definitive.
answered all the questions, and I think that if he was running against anybody else but Trump, he would have
Yeah.
lost.
Well,
No,
that's
absolutely.
what shows you is that they weren't voting for Biden. They're voting against,
Against
Trump because Republicans won seats.
Well, because all he has to say is, "Hey, man," and then he freaking wins. Because it's just like Trump is very aggressive,
Yeah,
and if you play if you curl up in your little ball, everyone's gonna feel bad for you and be like,
Yeah, I
"Hey."
think it was funny too. That was another thing when I'd go on Instagram every day and there'd be some people posting about how bad Trump is every day and how they can't wait for Biden to win and stuff. And then as soon as the election happened and then it was going to be shown that Trump was going to win, that Biden was going to win, every single person was like, oh, okay, thank God, we're just going to settle for Biden. Like, oh, we didn't want Biden to win, but he's better than Trump. It was like everyone at that moment just switched and was like, oh, yeah, we no longer wanted Biden, but we just didn't want Trump. It was like, we just hated
We
them
pushed
both.
the agenda so far, and now we're just.
Well, that reminds me of we were talking about Mandalorian, the female shock trooper. Her name is Gina.
Yes.
Gina Carano. She posted. She's right leaning. She didn't post anything political, but she said they need to just look into fraud. She didn't say anything specific or who was. She said they just need to they need to check every state for fraud and just make sure everything is legit.
yeah. She posted like a
That's
meme or something.
all she
like,
did,
people that really know.
and they were trying to petition for her to get pulled from the show.
yeah, that was
Oh my
ridiculous.
God.
Or even with Nick said it before. We talked about it before. Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Didn't say a word, and you're trying to get him canceled off of everything.
Like that's ridiculous.
He didn't
Like-
even say a single word about anything.
Like somebody's political views outside of work should not affect their job at all.
No.
Yeah.
What was that? Remember?
Yeah,
what
it's
was
like
that?
Alexis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just like
about that.
Alexis, freaking their Starbucks employees calling her out on the little loudspeaker, saying, "Oh, like we're so glad Biden won. It's good that there's no Trump supporters in here, right, Alexis?" Over the loudspeaker.
Yeah, and she was scared to like.
Yeah, she-
say
Yeah,
anything,
she's not
so-
gonna say anything.
Yeah.
What are you
Well, she
supposed
can
to like?
file.
That's just
She can file that for a hostile work.
Well,
She
your-
should.
Your
I
mom
mean,
was
well,
saying.
Yeah, that's just messed up.
Your mom was saying she was trying to transfer, Starbucks.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just
It's
like
that
what?
shit.
Just
wait, your
because,
sister?
just
Yeah.
because of a
I didn't know
politician.
that's messed up.
Yeah.
A
Like,
politic,
especially around
really,
here.
we're
That's
still
crazy.
young.
She lives in Sonoma now.
Oh,
So it's like
that's
It's
crazy.
Lib City,
Yeah,
Anywhere besides here is pretty
Yeah.
much Lib City.
Anywhere
we're in
but the-
California. I mean, but like
Anywhere but the valley.
I don't care who you voted for. I
Exactly.
don't. I don't want you to tell me who you voted for. I do not care.
That's
I
what sucks
don't.
about
It's not gonna
about
define your
like
character.
2020, and I know it happens every election year, but for some reason, everybody just has to read up on politics, and I don't think
Everyone becomes
I don't
an
think the
expert
media
all of a
has
sudden?
ever
I
been
know
this
what you
bad.
mean.
I don't think the media has ever been this
Well,
bad,
well,
and it sucks
Hillary is
that
bad.
these
That's
young
true.
people that are intelligent, these young intelligent people, are still telling you, "Have you ever watched the news?"
Yeah.
It's like that's their. I'm like, okay.
And
that's
if you're
literally
intelligent, you know
disregards
you
anything
don't
you're
look
about
at
to
the
say
news.
because
The news is
the news
lying.
is
You don't.
horrible.
Yeah. You.
And it's like,
whether
oh,
you follow
it's
right
like-
or left, you don't take that side of the media because both sides are lying.
I guarantee you can
Exactly.
ask somebody and they'll be
Far
like,
right media is lying. Far left media is lying. They're all. Every one of them
Yeah.
is biased, and
Yeah.
they're either stretching the truth or blatantly lying to you.
Yeah.
100%.
One or the
Yeah.
other.
And like, I guarantee you can ask anybody, or like a lot of people, probably college students, most likely that kind of demographic, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I get a lot of my information from Twitter," and
Yeah.
that's like a big case right now. Is that they censor people, and it's like
Yeah.
it's not good. It's definitely a left leaning. At least the left leaning voices are a lot louder on
Yeah.
the platform than the right leaning voices, and I get that there is both sides, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
So yeah, politics.
2020's ending.
True. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
This is
Yeah.
the worst,
Hopefully.
worst year in my life
Hopefully, yeah.
This has
Hopefully we
probably
can
been one
stop
of the
talking
best
about
years of my
politics
life.
every day.
No joke.
Hopefully we can.
You talk long enough, anybody's gonna. In this day and age, anyone's gonna end up talking about it. And I don't want to. I'd rather talk about. Brennan, how was that phone call?
Oh,
What did your mom say?
my sister has a boyfriend, and my mom really hates, like, will not, like, sanction them being home alone. Like,
Yeah.
if they're home alone.
Well, that's
fair.
Well, it's fair, it's
That's
fair.
understandable.
Yeah, but it's just like she puts it on me to be there, and it's just like I have a life. Well,
You have priorities.
I have
Podcast
priorities. I have this
comes
podcast
first.
to do. So it's like
yeah.
I obviously am not gonna like tell my mom, oh, I got a
You can just be in
podcast to
there
do.
and
But it's just like I'm just like, Mom, I have other stuff to do. Like I can't be there to watch your daughter. If you don't trust your daughter
You can let
that
them chill
much,
on Zach's
then
bed.
you can be there to watch it.
Whoa, hey.
They're just chilling, Zach. We're in here with them.
And
They
then
gotta
my-
be there.
That's
Why do they gotta be right there? That's just
Yeah, why not
Because
Nick's
that's the
Nick's
sit
bed?
bed right there.
No, dude.
But
That's the
but
sit
like
bed.
my sister is, she's gonna listen to this podcast. She listens to these podcasts, but like she
Number one.
she is not very smart. Like
You
she
got a
Wow,
she'll
dude. Dang.
leave. She'll let the dogs out in the
Tell us-
backyard
tell us
and
how you
then
feel.
forget they're out there and leave them back there for like an hour. And then
God.
and then
Wow,
my
so
mom will be
dogs
like,
can be
"Hey, where's the
outside?
dogs at?" And I'll be like, "I have no clue." And then she'll ask Marin. She'll be like, "Oh no, I left them outside." So it's like my sister's not responsible whatsoever. She probably didn't feed
Hot
them.
take. Brennan would do the same thing.
No, that's no.
I
I
like how Brennan said,
Dude,
I don't know
that's
where
really
they are, but were you
It's-
home?
It's I am 100% more reliable than my sister. My brother would never leave the dogs with Marin. And whenever he leaves the house, he asks to make sure that I'm not leaving. Like, because he knows my sister that well that, like, she won't take care of him. She won't feed him. She won't pay attention to him. She'll leave him
Or
in the
maybe
living
you're
room
just
and go out
barely
into her
more
own room.
reliable
Maybe
than she
maybe
is.
she's the one with the
Yeah.
life, and she's just too busy to deal with.
Yeah,
the
she's the
dogs.
one.
True,
she's the
brother.
one with a life who doesn't go to school, has no job.
don't go to school.
Her boyfriend comes over. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. But like, she has no job. Whenever her and her boyfriend hang out, her boyfriend's at my house. So it's like
My
she,
house.
whatever. She never leaves. So it's like, why can't she be responsible and take care of the dogs when the rest of us aren't home for at least 8 hours of the day? When she's constantly home, and just like she just won't.
Wait.
She's not responsible enough to take care of him.
Wait. Sorry, I just can't. I kind of stopped listening to you for a second. I can't get past the fact she is going to school.
Online.
Zach, online, she's not going to school.
Well,
I've
okay,
been home
at
with her
least
when
two
she's
days-
there.
at
Brennan,
least 2 days of the
but
week
Brennan,
she's going to
but Brennan,
school.
you can't
No,
use that card
you have
because
the
you're not
choice, I
going to
don't
school.
think.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
this is the
I can
content
though.
that I signed up for.
Because look.
This is
Brennan,
why
like,
we
Whether
do
or not I'm
podcasts.
going
What
to
do you
school
mean?
or
Why
not,
can't-
whether
why can't you?
Okay,
Why
all
can't
right. This is look. We are in people's ears right now.
Sure.
Like they got
That's true.
headphones.
That's
in.
true.
We're probably
That's true.
When
freaking.
Brennan
I
talks,
apologize.
We're probably
when Brennan's
ear
listing
raping
things
them,
about
so-
Marin, I think it's the same thing as himself. Brennan, you might as well be describing yourself.
Look. We look
They
the
look
same.
the
We
exact-
look.
I
We
just-
could be twins, born 2 years apart. We could be twins, but our personalities cannot be like any far like more different than.
I don't know.
But it's funny,
Austin
every time
Avenue
you guys-
says otherwise.
Every time you guys hang out together, we got it.
Awesome.
We'll save that for when inevitably Marin's on the podcast.
Yeah,
She will. I will. I don't care what you guys think.
If you're
I
wondering,
want to see Brennan and Marin on the podcast just for one.
Across the table from each other.
Yeah, just
Hey,
like
I say right now that she's
Awesome
my polar
avenue.
opposite. But when she's with me, Ethan can attest to this. She tries to be like me. So
No, that's the thing that's funny. Is like when you guys are together, but Brennan, you like you feed into it. Like you guys are literally like me and Marin were talking about this thing, and you guys are like both talking
you
about
guys-
like the same
you guys
thing.
both get
Songs
ex-
together word
Yeah,
for word.
true.
It's
That
like-
is true.
You
Yeah.
guys, you guys are
Anytime
like
you guys talk about a SpongeBob episode, in particular.
Well, okay,
Okay, that's
that's
different.
today. Whoa! Don't disrespect.
I'm sorry
SpongeBob.
that you didn't
It's
have as
not.
good a childhood as the rest of us.
I never
okay?
Okay, but you didn't play Halo,
Fair, fair.
so
Okay, you
I
didn't
never
watch
watched SpongeBob
SpongeBob.
either. I never watched
I
SpongeBob
watched
either.
SpongeBob.
I guarantee
But
you.
not that much.
I guarantee you, more people watch SpongeBob than play Halo.
That's why our
Ooh,
generation
that
is dumber.
that is not true.
That is
That's actually-
100% true. Half, if it's split 50-50
No,
down the
Halo's-
middle, who
The
played
great
Xbox and who
debate,
played
the great Halo versus SpongeBob debate. No, I agree with Brennan. More people have definitely watched
100%.
SpongeBob.
My dad has never played Halo a day in his life, but he will watch
from a
SpongeBob
different
all day long.
generation.
Is there a-
Exactly.
yeah,
exactly.
but
That's why-
SpongeBob has been going. Yeah, exactly. SpongeBob is going on for
it's
a
true.
little. It's
Yeah.
honestly not
A
that much
long
longer than
time.
Halo, but like
Started in
TV is
2000.
just-
20
TV
years.
is easier to sit in front of a child than here play Halo. You know, like that's just not like a.
Exactly.
More people probably recognize.
No, I get that SpongeBob is iconic, and I get that a lot of the stuff in there is funny. I agree,
Yeah.
and it's
Sometimes.
like but
you can't deny the fact that a lot of the memes, the memes are pretty funny, but like a lot of the references are kind of nostalgia driven.
Yeah, but that's the thing,
Well-
is that you see those memes because people watched it. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying, like, the memes, some of them aren't really
I
moments.
have
Like,
more
when you
Halo
watch the
memes on
show,
my phone
when
than I
you...
do SpongeBob memes.
Why?
That's facts.
Why
well,
though?
you're-
That's kind of
you're
weird.
I think I have 0 SpongeBob.
You're the
memes
outlier.
on my phone.
Yeah, anyway, I am the worst at keeping my thoughts going. If I get interrupted, which is fine, I don't really care. But I get interrupted,
Just
or like
call
I
us
stop for a
We're
second.
talking about
and then
nostalgia.
I completely
and
stop.
SpongeBob
Oh,
memes.
that's right. That's right.
The reason, because they watched it, that's why
The
they came up
moments,
with
the
memes.
moments with the memes aren't even the good moments of SpongeBob. Like when you watch the show, like you're not like, oh, that's my favorite part. The show is funny, and then you just take a picture, and then it's funny. Like some of them are like good moments from the show, but like genuinely, like the best part of the shows are just like people quote it to each other. I don't see it in the memes like, when in doubt, pinky out. Like, that was my senior quote because I love that quote. And I love SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember
I've
that.
never heard that.
remember,
before.
the SpongeBob is
No,
in the
never watched
dome.
SpongeBob.
It's the first.
How? I don't understand.
Okay, well,
No, like I've watched it, but like it just.
you guys have
okay,
definitely
okay.
seen this
So,
episode.
Never peaked.
I get that.
No, hey, what?
Okay, go
You
ahead,
want
go
to know?
ahead.
Do you want to know, or do you not want to?
Go ahead.
Go. Pinky's
Look,
out.
look,
Pinky's out. Let's get
You
it.
know, look, SpongeBob is with Sandy in the bubble, and it's like the first time that he goes in the bubble with Sandy. So it's like an old episode, and he's like dried up, and he's like, I need water. I need
remember
water.
that.
And then Patrick is outside because he's telling him he needs to drink water. He's like, when in doubt, pinky out. And like Patrick has that weird voice because I don't know if they changed voice actors, but he sounded so much more dumb and deeper voice. Like, it's super weird.
they've changed the show as they went along. Like,
Yeah, I know, but like I wonder if it's actually a different voice actor because he actually sounds. He's like, when in doubt, you have to
Yeah,
listen
no,
to the
I
clip.
understand what you're saying.
Anyway, that's only if you guys have watched SpongeBob, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you're uncultured.
Oh my.
Sorry.
Okay, so I get that.
That's a matter of opinion.
So hang
Matter
on.
of
Hang on.
fact.
My point right now
Just kidding.
is I can't believe Brennan said that I didn't have a childhood because
Oh yeah, Brandon
know
has
that-
no room.
So
Brandon
I
has
have
no
no
room.
exactly. I know
Has
that-
not watched Disney movies. Literally, he has not watched. Yeah.
Did you not play MX Unleashed?
Oh.
Did you not
Oh,
freaking
that
play
game was
Ratchet and
amazing.
Clank
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
you did.
yes,
multiplayer like co-op?
yes,
God of War on the
You did?
PSP.
yes.
Oh, it was just
Yeah.
you. Sorry.
That was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
If we
Super
weren't
great
PSP.
game.
I had a PSP.
Well,
I had a
PSP,
did too. We had
PSP was
that.
ahead of its time.
You never played Smash Brothers?
Yes, I did.
Did
I
you
had a
play?
Wii.
Okay, but did
Everybody
you play
had a
Melee?
Yes,
Ooh.
I had
Did
a
you have a
GameCube
GameCube?
too. I had a GameCube.
That was really
Why
lit.
don't I believe that?
You can't tell
Because
me
my brother
GameCube.
Dejan,
Okay.
so he got me to play that game.
Tried,
Okay,
but
but you never
has the
played.
most-
But I didn't play
You
it.
never played Super Mario 64.
I did. Had it.
That's
You
cool.
had every. You
No,
had.
I
Yeah,
did.
no,
I
you
did.
did.
100%. 100%. I
You
played that game.
You said what was your first console?
My first console was PS2.
Then
But I played. I would. Everyone like Dejan was very strict about like letting me play his games, but like he would every once in a while. And like
That's
so,
okay, Brian,
So you
I
didn't
never
have to play then.
Oh,
I'll tell you right
I
now,
played Super Mario 64 once.
I
did
Okay, but I
would
Did
never
you
play
play
it.
the DS version mini games?
No.
That is childhood.
I did.
no.
I never played.
Long car rides. You play that
Okay.
from car to car.
What was that? What was that disc? That one game card that goes in the DS that has like 27.
R4.
Did you
R4.
have an R4?
That was
Yes.
illegal.
Yeah,
What?
Exactly.
That was
Did you
a-
have
Yeah,
one?
it was
What the
pirated.
hell's an
It was
R4?
pirated.
I don't know how like as children we didn't like comprehend this.
Did
Like
you have
40
exchange
games for $40?
Brendan,
Like
you've never played
what?
Animal Crossing.
No,
I never played
but so
Animal
is half the way. All the stuff you're naming right now is like not a common thing.
Did I just have?
Nintendo. Did you play Pokemon?
Of course, everybody played Pokemon.
Okay, but did you play Pokemon?
Yes, I played
Did
Pokemon.
you-
I have the Game Boy. I have
Yeah,
Game Boy.
I'll
I have
buy
Did
you
you,
a-
did you have the pirated insert that has every Pokemon you could want?
No, why would you do that?
Did
That's
you-
just not playing
Because
the
you
game.
can cheat your way to the
Insert-
best Pokemon in the game.
Did
That's
you
100%
insert
true.
the Pokemon game into the cheat
Or you can
code
trade.
and cheat, like,
No,
card
I
and
played
then
the
plug
games
it in?
legit.
Yes.
I
Okay,
played
okay,
games
okay, okay,
legit.
okay. Let's simmer down.
Did you even play
Let
Marvel
me-
Ultimate Alliance?
No.
Ooh.
That
Fire
game was
game.
good.
God,
That
that
They
game-
That
finally
game
came,
is
they
the
came
most
out,
mindless
they
fun
came out
ever.
with the third one.
Yep,
for
on the
the
I was
Switch.
actually thinking of that. I was gonna
Lit.
make that point, but I didn't think.
I wanted to get it
Played
just
I
to
didn't
like
either.
live, but those games aren't actually good.
That's the reason I'm a
Yeah,
nerd
well,
today.
yeah.
You literally
they're not
just
the
match,
best.
but you know it has Spider-Man.
Yeah,
in
but
it,
you
so I
gotta,
play.
but you gotta get those, or you just use a
Spider-Man.
cheat code and get all the
I never
characters.
played
but-
that. I guarantee it.
Ooh, like the
Ultimate Spider-Man?
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
I just don't believe this.
I asked you the other day and you said no.
No, you were talking about it, and I
Oh.
couldn't tell you what game you were talking about. I couldn't like remember it, but yes, I have played it after you showed me what it was. I have
Dude,
played
What
it.
about
you played
OG
every
Battlefront?
Okay.
Zach,
Look like
I had
Viva
consoles. I
Pinata.
played these games.
Brennan, did
Viva
you have an
Pinata.
OG
That was
Xbox?
No.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Come on.
You never,
It was-
you
Come
never played
on,
the
Zach
the
played
Star
it
Wars
too.
Battlefront
Okay,
games?
wait.
Yeah.
I'll bring it together.
No,
Let's,
the
I want
first ones.
Yes.
Those ones are fire.
Okay, let me
Let's bring this into like.
let me
a-
Those- I think that
wrangle
was my
you.
first
I'm the
game,
ring.
Okay.
You guys are all the sheep. I'm gonna corral you.
Heard
Okay.
us, heard us.
Okay. So it's funny because like the last 30 minutes last time we talked about video games. So let's just keep it up. The Game Awards just announced the nominees for Game of the Year. We could talk about that
Oh yeah,
later.
Fortnite.
Okay.
When they're actually like they announce it or whatever when they have the show. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it just got me thinking. What are your guys' favorite game? Like, what is your favorite game of all time?
Battlefront 2 on the
Okay,
OG
well,
Xbox.
All right. Well,
can't
Michael, you
choose.
want to go first? Or?
Yeah, Battlefront 2
tell
on the
us.
first Xbox. You can't.
Oh, that is a good
You
game.
can't
That
say
is
it's
a
not the
good
best
game.
game.
Fusion.
That's a very
So
good game.
I would agree with you. Like, I agreed with you the longest time. That was the best like Star Wars game. But then I
But
went back
also,
and played
Clone
it.
Commanders was fire too.
That one is a good one. But the game, like, I went back and played it, and it was still really fun.
No, if you
But
think
really,
about it,
it's not better than the
yeah.
new Battlefront.
No, the only reason, but the new ones is all pay to win. That's the only reason I don't like.
No, well,
the new
it
one,
was.
the
It was.
second, the second one is better now.
Yeah,
They
no, you
fixed
can
it.
actually play it.
But
no,
back
pay nothing
then,
and be
the
fine.
second one was for me at the time of playing it. That is my favorite.
Well, there's like
game.
hundreds of
Because
more maps.
You just
that are
you
way-
go
yeah,
back
it's cool.
to. You go back to Tatooine and you go basically where the bar is.
Yep.
And you can play as all. You just play as just
All
heroes
legit,
heroes
yeah.
versus villains.
Yeah,
The
that was the
all
best
you
mode.
did. You get Boba
Yeah.
Fett. You jump into the ship and you just snipe everyone from up there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
No,
all
that
you
was
do.
literally exclusively
game.
what we played because we were so bad with guns
Yeah.
that we just had to
Yeah.
use lightsabers and
Because the
stuff.
10 kill streak was too hard to get
Yep,
against
exactly.
bots.
Which I think I like how in the newer one you can be really bad, but you can
Play
get, you
objective.
will, everybody in the game will get enough points eventually
Mm-hmm.
to play as the hero. Now you can only have 4 heroes on the battlefield or two on each
Two.
side.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to wait in the queue and just, if you really, really, really want to do it, you can just sit
Yeah.
there and wait for the hero to die.
Mhm.
So that was cool. I don't remember how exactly it worked in the original. If it really was a kill
It
streak.
was,
or if
I think it was kill
points
streak.
based.
It was like 10
Yeah.
kills.
But yeah, that game is really good.
Yeah.
But it has,
But favorite game of all time though.
I have a lot of.
It's,
lot
I
it's,
mean,
of
it's
stuff.
personal
a hard
preference. That's
question.
personal
It's a hard
preference.
question.
Who played
Like,
Who played,
personally-
what is it,
Coffee
Crash?
Robbers.
What was
Crash Bandicoot?
Burnout. It was Burnout. That's what the game
Oh,
was.
Oh, yeah.
Burnout was a
You were
fire
talking
game.
about that earlier.
I was.
Ethan was talking about that.
You
earlier
just
before
literally
you
the
came
whole
in.
point of the game is to just drive
everybody.
cars into everything.
Okay.
Just
I,
explode.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, there's some good like new recent games too that we're not
Yeah.
even considering.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Red
True.
Dead Redemption 2.
That
Never
But
is-
my
played
problem is there's not a lot of replayability in that game,
Yeah.
and the multiplayer sucks.
Oh yeah.
So I think I would have to choose Halo 3, just because
That's
then there is
true.
nostalgia
That's
there.
another good
But
one.
it's like
The first
there is so much. We
the first
played
time you could
that
dual wield?
game till the
Yeah,
disc
I mean,
broke.
look,
Like,
you got campaign. The campaign is one of the best.
yeah.
You could
One of the
argue
best.
maybe
No
Halo
joke.
2 is better,
we
but
played
Halo
it like
3
3 times a day.
is probably the best campaign.
You said, hey, you guys wanna co-op?
Best
Yeah.
multiplayer like era. Like maybe the multiplayer is not as fun to go back to, but like if you played it when the game was popular,
Oh my
that'll
god.
be the
because
most like
For
just
Forge
it just
was good.
love
I think
of like
that's up
I don't
there.
know how to explain it like in words. But
That was the
it's
first
just-
one with Forge, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, and that was absolutely game changing.
Yeah. Whether you were playing the regular modes too, which was fun, but like
Yeah.
man, custom games elevated like just the weird things that people came up with. Like I don't anybody who's played Halo. I want to see if anybody recognizes these games. You guys can tell me.
What was the
School.
game mode where it's the
School.
ball? It's the ball and the sledgehammer.
Oh,
That's Griff
Griff ball. That was literally wasn't that the first time it showed up?
I don't think it was. In
I think that well,
Because
what,
the
they-
Forge wasn't the Forge game first.
well, it was
I
made
think
from
it came from In Reach.
well, because
maybe.
red versus blue. I don't know if any of you ever seen Red versus Blue.
Yeah. Did
I
they
barely
invent
watched any of it. Yeah, that one of the characters is named Griff, I believe.
Oh.
And they had the game in there, and then it got so,
They're-
Red versus Blue got really big, and then Bungie was like, "Yo, like we're gonna actually put it in the game," and then boom, Griffball was like an actual game mode that they put in there. But yeah, it wasn't like a real thing, but they made it in Halo. I believe Halo 3 is when they created it, and
Okay.
then a bunch of people
So it
made
still
custom
counts.
games.
We also played
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
Infected, right?
Okay.
Infected was. In
Yeah.
Yeah, the game mode. That's a
I
flood?
remember.
The flood,
I
that
remember
was cool.
going to your house after school one day, and this was at your old house, like the one
Yeah.
right there. And when your Xbox 360 got the red ring,
Oh,
that
God.
was- dude, I remember
the
being
fateful
heartbroken.
day.
Yeah.
We were trying to switch Xboxes, buy an Xbox right away, Black Friday, waiting for Black Friday to come so we can get the better Xbox 360, the black one or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my! I just remember because we wanted to play Halo 3. I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Did
sure.
we-
Did you guys do the
those-
towel thing? I don't remember if you
I think
We
guys
tried everything.
I think we tried
We
that.
tried
I
everything.
Yeah,
we
we
tried
Cause I remember we took ours too
Yep.
to the shop, that one shop.
Yep.
They fixed it magically. I don't know, but you could literally just put it in a towel, like a hot towel, and it would just fix it. I was like, bruh.
It melts like something inside. I don't know what it does.
So it's not
Okay,
good.
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know if that's just like.
No, like it legit. Like it sounds ridiculous, but it like actually fixed it. I'm not kidding.
No,
Anyways,
I've heard that
anyways.
work.
That was the actual.
I just remember that.
Did
was
anybody
like-
else turn off like stop playing the first time you faced the flood?
Oh, like it was
Nobody
so
else just gets
scary.
so like you just your little
No,
little,
I didn't even know that.
corn running
Yeah.
at you, and you you're just so scared. I'm done.
I like as a kid, like I never played through Halo 1's campaign, so I always thought the flood was a Halo 2 and Halo 3 thing. But
Yeah.
like the flood has literally been
Yeah.
there since the beginning.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like they shift from the Covenant being like the main enemy, and then they kind of like, oh, the flood is like they both kind of like they're enemies of both people. Like the flood is like,
Yeah.
oh, they're just gonna destroy everybody. So it's like you kind of team up with the Covenant, which is kind of cool. But yeah, the flood is freaking like because when you walk into a room and you just see like all these dead
Yeah.
soldiers and you're like, what the heck? And then there's crap
Or-
coming on them.
I don't know if it's for everyone else. All I
That
remember
stuff
is when
is
you're
scary.
going down an elevator, and you know how the Halo elevators are. It's like a circle platform, and the wall.
Yes. And
And then floods just dropping
Yes,
on you. That's what I
yes.
remember. And just,
yeah,
I just got paused the game. I was like, I
Nope.
can't play this.
yeah.
No,
They're just
I have,
dropping on top of me.
I have 2 games. I think it's Modern Warfare 3, where we play Cops and Robbers.
Modern Warfare 3 is good.
Modern Warfare 3, the airport map, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Ooh.
Black Ops 2,
I was-
Raid, Cops and Robbers. I don't know
Black
if you guys
Ops
talked
2.
about
Black
Cops
Ops
and
2 is
Robbers.
No, we
also
have.
very
For
close
replayability,
second
Black Ops 2 is up there.
because of zombies.
Oh
The
yeah.
multiplayer was great.
But- Well,
zombies.
everybody's talked about
Mom
zombies.
would be
Everybody knows what
dead.
zombies
Yeah.
is.
But
Everybody
bringing
knows
up
what multiplayer
zombies-
is.
But nobody knows what Cops and Robbers is.
But like, let me.
Okay,
We were
okay.
as kids, we were geniuses. We were just absolute geniuses.
Just
Modern or
IQ is up
Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Activision. Look, listen to
Take
us right now.
notes.
This is the best
Get your
Oh,
notepad
game
out.
mode
Okay, we're
ever
going in
created.
depth, okay.
All right, Cops and Robbers. I don't know who came up with this, but we just we just made this up. So
Wait,
Um,
where we go?
Yeah, I know.
so basically, it's pretty simple. We got one cop, and the rest of people are robbers, and the cop. Yeah.
Remember, this is important. You have to play on the
Co-op,
same
yeah,
screen.
No, you don't.
No.
This
You
is
really
how
just
it
It
let
goes.
adds to the experience.
So the cop, if they see a robber, the cop goes freeze, and the robber has to stop. If the robber keeps moving, the cop can shoot.
Yeah,
them
wasn't
and
that
kill
no
them.
name tag too?
Yeah, that was.
It was
how-
no-
That made it worse.
Because
That's why stream
you could
watching
keep running.
was-
If you felt like it, you could keep running.
Because like I didn't
And
know
then
it
if you
was
got
me.
to somebody, who?
Yeah, okay,
how
so
you know who it was.
okay, so you see them and then you freeze, and theoretically most of the time they're only going to catch 1 or 2 people. If the cop is looking away, right, the robber can just run away, right? But if the cop catches the robber running away, or if they run after they say freeze, basically, the cop is given the ability to kill them. And if the cop kills a robber when he has the ability to do so, that robber becomes the cop. And so the goal is the cop. There's not really an end goal. You can't win. The cop can freeze all 3 or all 4 robbers and just be sitting there doing nothing. The robbers can basically just freaking bum rush them and just hope that they kill the cop before they kill any of them.
That's what it's called.
You just
That's
run
what
up to them and
that's
stab
called.
them. We call it Bruce Lee. I don't know why. We just
Makes
did.
no sense.
Yeah, that literally has nothing to do with Bruce Lee. Just the fact that you just run up to them and just slice them. So the robber's supposed to basically save their other robbers when the cop, freezes their fellow robber. The other robber's supposed to just come in and just kill the cop. Because if you kill the cop, then once you kill the cop, the robber is free, and then the cop has to say freeze to them again in order to actually freeze them. That sounds like the dumbest game mode. It sounds so stupid,
Well,
but
the most fun.
If the robber
Yeah.
runs away,
Literally,
if the robber runs away and then you catch him around the corner and it's been less than 10 seconds,
Oh
you
my
can shoot the
God.
guy. But
we
if
can
the
write a
robber
whole
got
rule
away
book. Yeah, we
for
can
10
have.
seconds-
Yeah,
well, that was more about whoever you're playing with.
we have a
Yes.
whole rule book. We have a whole
But you
like
know it's
stack.
fun because the kids are getting giddy.
No, let me tell you.
Because when
this.
you're about
I ran away.
to stand up because you're so tense.
You're like, please
That's
don't
how you
touch
know.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't give me, please.
So, yeah,
When you
you
turn
know,
the corner and
Nick
you
and Zach.
get the
Oh.
whole
It's
motion in there.
No, I didn't hear you say freeze. I swear I killed you. Blah blah blah. Yeah,
We
it
would get
erupted in
sent
his-
home. We
Yeah.
would get sent home
Oh,
because
it
Nick
got
and
pretty
Zach
crazy. That was
would go
bad.
off and fight each other.
That
I
alone,
remember
that
we
alone
used to do custom
speaks-
games and be like,
Yeah.
okay, Nick, Zach, who's playing right now? Oh, I'm on Nick's account and Brennan or whoever it was. Because it before even before you guys got 2 accounts, it was like, all right, who's playing now? It's me.
Yeah. Set the
You guys
timer
remember-
on each other.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
remember they had
It's been 10 minutes.
Call of Duty on the Wii?
They
Yes.
did.
I played
I
it
watched somebody
once.
play and it was so bad.
Yeah.
I feel like motion controls for shooters are actually like really cool because like think about it, the most precision you can get is like really
But
like,
not on
your
the
own
Wii.
motor.
Well, we didn't even talk about Wii Sports.
Oh, I was
But that's not best game of all time.
Oh, yeah.
What
Character.
about,
Oh, wait, wait,
what
hold
about
on.
Just Dance?
Hold
on
on,
the
we
Connect?
kind
That
of
was
strayed away. Zach,
sick.
what is your favorite game of all time?
That's a very hard question for me.
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2, great one.
Yeah, there's a lot more
that's,
to Black Ops 2
That's
than
definitely
just
my top
yeah.
3.
You never won the Eagle.
No,
No,
he
no,
didn't.
yeah.
Halo 3, one of my top 3, but I hate to call this one my favorite.
Yeah, I know what you're
God.
saying.
But after I finished the game, I
Fortnite.
just told
Yeah.
myself it was the best game I've ever played of all time. No, not
I know where he's
Fortnite.
going. Yeah.
But
yeah, okay.
it was Spider-Man for the PS4.
That's
Let's
right,
go.
baby.
That game was fire.
That game.
So
I have
Yeah.
a PS4 in my house.
oh.
yeah, I played
Okay.
the game.
do.
You know, I don't
And
own
also
a PlayStation.
5,
I've always been an
57
Xbox
Xbox.
guy. But you know, Ethan let me borrow the game and I played the crap out of it, and
Changed
it was
his
a
life.
very
I heard Miles
very
Morales
fun game.
is better.
Wow,
He's even
really?
better.
I haven't watched.
I don't
anything
know if
Miles
I've heard.
Morales.
I've heard that the combat is better, but you know, I really
Well,
gotta
the
get my
story
hands
is
on that.
kind of trash.
Yeah, Spider-Man PS4.
Is
it
that
doesn't.
yours?
No.
Okay.
I know that sounds blasphemous coming from arguably the biggest Spider-Man fan in the
Yeah.
history of the world. Right.
Okay.
here.
Cat.
That's right.
Spider-Man.
Whoa,
is
let's
a
cap.
fan.
Right.
I
I'm
don't
kind of
know
up
about-
there.
No, ooh, I
I'm
don't
kinda
know.
up
I don't know if you
there.
can beat me. Anyway,
But I'm also kind of a fan of every Marvel character.
yeah. See, no,
so-
Spider-Man supremacy. I'm just kidding. But
That's
the thing about Spider-Man PS4, even though like it really didn't innovate in terms of like, oh, you know, it kind of borrows gameplay from like Arkham Knight and stuff, or like the Batman Arkham games and like that kind of genre. And then
You said
there
about a
have
lot of
been
games,
other
so-
Spider-Man games with swinging and being Spider-Man, but this one, you know, refined it to a point where
make
it's
it
like,
your own.
if you want to feel like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
there is no better way to
Way
do
to
it than
be.
hook up a PS4,
Flips
get
off the building,
Spider-Man PS4, and actually
The way
play
he
that
flips
game.
off the building.
There's-
The exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
I've
I've seen
That
that.
meme is so
Oh,
great.
God. That is
God.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Anyway,
But, yeah.
but Ethan, you couldn't have put it better right there. That's
Well,
Yeah.
and you can make him your own Spider-Man. Whatever you want.
What
Whatever
about Brennan?
suit,
Yeah.
Yeah, Brennan.
whatever
So,
abilities.
so if we're going off of like, my bad, I didn't read at the table. Purely nostalgia based.
Oh, really? I thought you like actually meant to just.
Oh
Yeah.
But like purely
joke,
nostalgia
Ethan.
based. So I never really like was super into playing Call of Duty because I just never had like really many people to play them with.
and you were
Yeah.
bad at it.
I'm super good at shooters, Zach. I literally beat you every time we play.
Okay.
But
all right.
Okay.
All right.
I have a
but
game
okay.
for
But
that
anyway. So because of this, I'd probably nostalgia based reasons probably either the Spongebob video game for
Oh
the
my
movie.
god.
one. Oh my god.
Okay, let's just purely nostalgia based,
Okay,
or
Michael, what's yours?
or Ratchet and Clank, or
Can I
Ratchet
change
and Clank
mine?
Deadlocked, which is the 2-player.
That game is very fun.
That one's super
That game
fun.
is very
Just,
fun.
just I remember.
Did you guys
2-player.
ever play Army of Two?
Oh my god, that's a
That game
great
was
Wait,
pretty
game.
good
That's
too.
a
Yeah.
love game.
Is it?
What's Army of
Not-
Two?
It's
It's like
literally
a-
2 players. So if you wanted to, you could. It's either it'd be
It's
an
a
AI,
third-person shooter
or
story mode,
would
or
be
it's like
co-op.
story-based, and it's like
just 2 massive
based
dudes.
off of co-op.
Yeah.
I've literally never heard of it.
And
Have
you
you guys
guys,
heard
you
of
were
it?
like,
Guys ever
there's,
have
there's
it?
a whole
Yes,
story to it. I don't remember what it was because I
Like-
played it as a kid. But you were just killing people, and you have to work as an army of 2. You're literally killing tons
Yeah.
of people.
I just remembered one. Probably my favorite game would have to be I can't put one of them over the other. Probably
Resident Evil?
the Resistance series.
Oh, I've heard of those. They're
I don't know what
It's
that
they're
is.
it's
PlayStation.
it's
I
a
don't know what
canceled.
that is.
It was canceled. It ended up being canceled after the 3rd installment.
I've never
It was
I
an
thought there was only
alien.
2.
No, there's 3.
Oh, you're right.
It was
you're right.
Resistance: Fall of Man. I can't remember the second one, and then the third one was like Rise of something.
Yeah, I know.
Favorite game, huh?
I've
I-
heard it's kind
I-
of similar to Killzone, right?
Well, there's aliens and like you
Like,
level
kinda
up
same
your
idea.
guns.
Yeah.
I've never really played Killzone all that much.
It's a first person shooter,
Yes.
like story based shooter.
Yes.
There is multiplayer, I believe,
Which-
but like it's it's mostly like story. Like
It is.
that you
It
buy
is the
first.
only game that I consistently will like.
Whoa,
my
oh
bad.
my.
My bad. But like,
Jesus.
I will consistently go back and replay them, rewatch them, watch theories, and like see if they're gonna release a new one. Which,
You can't get
which Insomniac, their Twitter have
Wait, they created
Insomniac.
Resistance?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Insomniac
so-
has got to be one of the top game
Exactly.
studios ever. Like,
Exactly.
they're really great.
So
What have
lately
they done
they've been
besides Spider-Man?
Ratchet
Ratchet
Clank, Resistance, which I
Resistance.
heard is really good.
But yeah, so they've been posting
Sunset
pictures.
Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, that's a good game.
What about
Anyway, sorry, Brian.
Yeah, no, they've been posting like pictures of it like randomly on Twitter, just like posting a picture of like the alien, or
Oh,
posting a
wow.
picture of a gun, just like randomly, just not saying like anything with it, or if anything, like, oh, remember this, just like randomly, like without like saying anything with them, just posted. So it's like people have been putting together that like, and some high up person from there said that they might be bringing in something for the fourth Resistance.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of like looking
Okay.
more into it and
Interesting.
getting a little bit more excited. for it.
I have nothing to go off of. I've heard of it and I've heard it's good. But I trust that it's good. I don't, for you, Brennan, like you just don't talk about your like childhood games. So just kind of like it surprises me when you bring up these games because
Well,
like these are really your favorite games of
Okay,
all time.
again, I
Like you,
all,
you
like,
sat
you
down and
guys,
played all these.
you guys were all like
I know it's like
friends
almost hard to
growing
believe.
up and stuff, so you guys got
That's
to like.
true. That's true.
I really never had like a person up until middle school that I like hung out with.
Brennan
outside
had no
school.
friends.
Yeah, basically, but like not only that, like they're cousins, so
Basically.
they had each other, but like I don't have any cousins near my age or anything, so it's like I played solo games.
He's
I
like,
mean-
honestly, I was just really depressed. Like, I don't really know.
We're back. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
All right.
What-
If it sounds
for me-
unnatural, it's okay.
Yeah.
Brennan, don't know where he left off. You
Well,
could-
what's your favorite game of all time?
Oh,
It's
okay.
just Spider-Man.
I can't. I
Was
have
it
to
not
make a joke.
Spider-Man?
I have to make a joke.
Okay.
Brennan said the N word.
Are we gonna come back or not? Are we gonna come back or not?
Well, why don't we
Brennan-
just start
Brennan
at a
said-
conversation?
Brennan said the N
It's
word.
okay.
Why not?
Sorry, we're gonna cut it. Brennan said
Remember
a
that
racial
one time Brennan
slur.
was just said the N word?
I have never in my life.
Brennan,
said
stop
that.
screaming the N word. We gotta cut this out.
Brennan, look, you can. Are you done being racist
Yes.
already? Okay.
You call him a
Yes.
dirty
Why
what?
are you touching me there, Brennan?
That's my inner thigh.
Oh my.
You call him a dirty what?
Wait, wait.
Brennan's.
Have we talked about the?
Dude, this is like the hardest we're laughing and we can't put it in. It's so.
Wait, have we
hard.
talked about Brennan's senior year with the whole police?
Can we open this one?
Oh, okay.
We are not talking about that. What? Yeah, I guess you can go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So.
We're back.
Brennan,
What is
you were
your-
talking about. No. You were talking about. Were you talking about a game? You
Okay.
didn't have friends.
Brennan said
Sorry.
he didn't have.
Brennan didn't have friends.
So here, I'll finish.
No,
I'll finish the
Brennan
thought
said-
off that I only played like online, so like regular team deathmatch or just loaded into zombies.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, for me, I wasn't even family my age. I played with like my uncles and my dad. Like
Yeah.
they weren't big on video games, but like they loved Halo. So like they were
Yeah.
the reason I got into it, and then me and my brother got into it. So thinking about it now, I'd probably change my favorite game to Black Ops 1 because I think that was the most well-rounded
Yeah,
game.
that
that's
was.
ever
The,
been
I
made.
think out of all the Call of Duties, that was the one where I feel like I played the most of it.
Played the most of
and
everything.
enjoyed the most
Campaign,
of it.
zombies, and
I played a
multiplayer,
lot
all
of
good.
Black Ops 2 too, but like that's when everyone just got so try hard. Like you couldn't play a game without having to use a sniper, having to quick
Yeah,
scope,
back-
having a 360. It's like this is not fun.
Like
it's
you
not
find
fun.
someone cool, and then you'd be mad because your friends list is already at 100 because you found all these cool people online.
Yeah.
Because not everyone's trying to sweat to win, or not everyone's trying to make fun of
Yeah,
everybody
I am
else.
bad at first-person shooters. I'm just straight up bad at them. So I couldn't enjoy
Yeah.
Black Ops 2 as much for the multiplayer, but definitely like locally, like we always have had fun playing Call of Duty together. So for me though, like that's not like I would never consider an FPS my favorite game of all time. Just probably purely because I'm not good at them, and it's just not something I've vibed with. But definitely like Halo is up there
Halo.
for sure, just because the story is that good for me and the nostalgia, obviously. But if we're talking my favorite game of all time, well, I mentioned it last podcast. I'm definitely like always been Nintendo centric, and I feel like
Yeah.
our generation specifically has slept on it hardcore. Like Nintendo, Nintendo's very popular.
Haven't we
I'm
missed out on a lot of like
Older-
Ratchet and Clank games and like Clash?
like older series. you
So
know?
yeah, our generation in general just doesn't play like it's almost not cool to play like cartoony, which it's
Yeah.
like screw that.
And
We
those are the
watch.
best
We are
games.
we grew up on Marvel movies, like, and you're telling me that
Okay,
Mario
but
isn't cool.
I don't know if
like,
you can argue that.
what do you mean?
Fortnite, Fall Guys.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Fall
But-
Guys died super fast.
It
Fortnite
did.
hasn't
Among
died,
Us.
and it's been
It's
out
'cause
for
of
how
Among
long?
Us.
But
that's
like-
also a cartoon.
But like Mario, like I almost feel like weird saying that Mario is like among my favorite
Mario
video
has
games
to
of
be,
all
though.
time.
I get
Like
you.
everybody loves Mario Kart. Everybody loves Mario Kart. That's something that
Super
is
Mario
universal.
Bros.
Not definitely not one of my
That was
favorite
popular
games.
for a
Mario
little bit.
Party or
That kind of like came back.
Yeah, for sure it did. Because the Switch is really portable, so a lot of people are playing the new one.
even
But
Sonic. Sonic was huge.
yeah, I know, right?
And
But
that
like
was-
now it's just like it just feels unnatural to like come out. It's like I'm coming out as like a Mario fan. It's really weird. But if you know me, you know I love Mario.
Take your
Um,
time, go at your own pace. It's okay.
Well,
We're here for you.
whatever,
I know.
whatever you
It's okay.
say, we're okay with
Okay.
it.
Thank you guys for supporting my new identity. It's just weird because like I can get nerdy about Spider-Man, but I can't get nerdy about Mario, right? I can. I think I'm over exaggerating.
Bro, why
for
you always
sure.
gotta sacrifice Yoshi?
Don't be so
is the real question.
For real,
Why
right?
you always gotta kill him off?
Okay, I know. I'm building up the hype. I'm building up the anticipation for my game. It's between two. I always jump between these two. The freaking cats are going out.
Chill.
All right, yeah. Even the cats
Get a
are super
room,
excited
bro.
over there to
Get
hear
a
my
room.
favorite game of all time. Okay, I'm gonna say it. It's either between Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube, which I played so much as a kid.
That's a good. That's
Yeah, I remember me and Zach for some reason
man.
just loved that game.
Obviously, I didn't get to play as much as he did.
It was always
you know,
like
only took
okay,
turns.
whoever dies has to take turns, right? Zach
Ethan was so much
Zach's not a platformer guy. He likes
Yeah.
these games, but he's not a platformer guy.
Yep.
Dies first level, and then I beat like 20 levels in a row, right? So that game, that big part of my childhood, and
But I
genuinely,
did beat the final boss.
we don't talk about that. That was embarrassing for me. And it's just something I play. I constantly come back to it. I love it more than anything. It just brings me back to when I first played video games.
It's like
just super.
therapeutic.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's like I can turn my brain off. And I just-
Minecraft.
Oh my god.
Sorry, keep going. We'll bring that up later.
Yeah, what,
That's good.
Minecraft is an interesting subject for
Keep
sure.
going.
Yeah.
Either that or another Mario game, Paper Mario. Just it's like not a
Yeah,
platformer.
I
It's
never
more
got into that, which
RPG.
kind of made me.
It was like the game that got me into RPGs, which are now like some of my favorite genres, just turn-based classic RPGs. It's just there's something about Mario, like just being able to like I see Mario and I get into it. Like I can play anything that has freaking Mario's face on it. Like if Mario made a
Mario's a
first
cool
person
character
shooter,
in general.
yeah. If there was a game where Mario's just walking around with the other guy I'd be gay for is Mario? Mario? Question mark?
That
He's
no,
pretty-
that's weird.
He's pretty thick.
I don't
Kinda.
know.
Anyway,
Luigi's got the jawline though. Luigi's kind of cute.
True.
he is kind of
Luigi's kind of cute.
I
Princess
swear,
Peach.
Mario can make a first-person shooter. I'd be the best at it, just because it has Mario's face on it. So yeah, that would probably be my favorite.
Why did no one bring up Splatoon, bro? That was the best game ever.
That's like a
Oh,
newer
God,
game,
so
though.
no.
Not like
Wait, Roblox or
I never
Roblox?
played
oh,
Splatoon.
boom! Oh my god. Okay, wait. You mentioned Minecraft.
Minecraft. That might be my favorite game.
That game just
Because-
defines our generation.
Because that game as a
True.
kid, like I could spend all day in a creative. I literally made.
It was
Yeah,
like
that
a
is-
dual-
yeah,
I
that
made.
is like-
I made a whole Clash of Clans minigame map
What the
just
hell?
because
Okay, Michael.
I
makes
was
a,
that
sorry.
bored.
Michael makes a really good point because we did mention, like Brennan said, and like all of us kind of made points about nostalgia driven.
Yeah.
Minecraft is the only game where we could play for a whole day when we were as old as we were when we got into it, and now too.
Yeah.
There is no difference. There's no nostalgia there. It's just still
the same
fun.
game. Yeah.
it's still fun.
There's just limitless possibilities. You can build whatever
It's
you
so
want.
simple.
Back
too.
then was just for me. It's just like even now, when I'm like tired of getting killed by some sweat stains in Call of Duty, Minecraft is just so therapeutic at the end of the day.
I do think we
The little
play it
there's little
differently.
piano
though.
keys in the
for sure.
background.
Like we
Perfect.
don't play it like the same way. We're older. We have like a better understanding of like the
You don't just
intricacies
kill
of
you
it.
don't just kill Mark. to make
Before
him
I
mad.
just remember I couldn't even play survival. I just wasn't good enough at it to
I
like
guess you
even
still do kill Mark
play
to make him
survival.
mad.
Yeah.
We would literally just play creative, just start flying everywhere, and then we'd be like, oh, let's just go to the end.
When we just
Yeah.
when we made a
Yeah.
tree house and everyone had to make a house, is you can make it out of whatever you wanted, but it had to be the floor had to be made out of a different type of wood, and we just made a legit.
Yeah.
I love doing that.
Like
stuff.
it was so dumb, but we had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like now, like even like building stuff is just cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a very creative person. I just
Yeah.
But when
suck at
something
art and
clicks, it
stuff.
just clicks.
Like when you want to build something, you have a vision. Like it's so easy to do in Minecraft.
I don't know
Make it
why
work
like
is magic.
bigger companies and stuff there and like places you want to get hired are so bad at like communicating things. Cause I'm getting hired at Target and my orientation date was supposed to be last Saturday. Well, it's a big corporation, but they told me my orientation date was Saturday, and if I needed to change it, that I could. So I called them. They weren't there. They said they'd call me back. They never called me back. So I had to call them again like 3 days later, asking them when my next orientation date was, and they said, "Oh, we'll call you, letting you know exactly what date." And then it was like another 3 or 4 days. They didn't say anything. So then I called them again, and they said, "Oh, yeah, your thing's next Monday. We told you this already." And I was like, "What? No, you guys never told me anything about that." So then,
I think you're irresponsible.
yeah, exactly. So they're gonna like probably point that on me. But then, so then we got it fixed, and then they were like, "Okay, we'll email you saying by the end of the day saying that your thing's on Monday." So I was like, okay. The end of the day came, no email came. So the next day I called them. They said, "No, your orientation date's on Wednesday at 8 a.m." And it was just like they kept pushing it back, and then they told me that my shifts were gonna be overnight from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. But then one of my friends who worked there sent me a picture of the schedule, and it showed that I'm there from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is exactly when I work my other job. So it's like they told me something, then flipped it on me, and it's just like, why?
Well, like Target in particular has like hundreds of employees.
Well, it's worse now.
They do, but like
No, yeah.
But they have me for 4 like full shifts
Yeah.
during the day.
So yeah, like they have 200 people. Where like I used to work at our local grocery store, and there's like 20 people total that work there, maybe even less, maybe even way less.
Yeah.
And it's like they know
I'd say
you.
10 to 12.
They're way more personal. They just know you way more, and they're way more like conscious of like what you tell them because they're your only, you're like one quarter of their entire employment staff, their staff. Whereas Target, it's like they can, you tell them, hey, this is my availability, and they're just like, okay, and then completely forget, like write it down wrong. They don't care. I'm not saying they don't care about you, but it's just like, yeah, they're just gonna get that wrong. Yeah. It's like that's annoying. I literally told them, I said, I'm going to college. I'm going to UC Santa Barbara, University of California, Santa Barbara, one of the more prestigious.
This is my
colleges.
address.
Just gotta push it in the.
Yeah,
This is my address.
This is my flex.
My social security.
I live in the. I'm just kidding. I don't even have a place there right now because COVID. One of the most prestigious colleges, right? So the workload's gonna be big. I'm not just sitting there with my thumb up my butt, just going to class once a week.
Like somebody at a JC, I don't know.
So I have 20 hours a week of homework. Like, that's what they tell you. Do they actually give me that? No. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's less. They're like, I tell them when I have class. Like when I actually can't physically be at the store. Like I told them like that. These are the only hours out of my week that I like physically can't be there. So you know what they do? They schedule me for literally every hour. Not literally, but like every time that I'm like, oh, you can work Wednesday because we're gonna schedule you midnight to 8 a.m. because you have class at 1. So you're good. I'm like, are you stupid? Like,
You get
oh, I'm gonna go home, sleep for 6 hours after being up for basically 24, because I don't, it's just my sleep schedule is all screwed up, and like, what is wrong with you? And it's like, okay,
I'm
because
gonna have no brain capacity to learn.
okay, let's say they don't schedule me for Wednesday and Thursday, which is the only 2 days I have to be there for class. They schedule me for literally every other day. I'm like, so when am I supposed to do homework? Those 2 days? I don't just go to class and sit there and then that's it.
Yeah.
Are you like you're dumb? Like you're actually stupid. Like are you kidding me? They don't care. They think that, and this happened a lot. This happens in college, this happens in high school. They just think the teachers you have, they think you're the only, like they're the only thing on your priority list.
Yeah,
like you have no other life.
Been a big problem.
Oh, I'm just like one class gives you 40 hours of homework. It's like, dude, I have 3 other classes.
Yeah.
I have a job. And then my job is just like, oh, you're going to work 40 hours a week. Dude, I have class. I have homework.
Yeah.
I have to
And
sleep.
Not even just that. Like between sleep and school, they expect to just. Am I supposed to do nothing else? I don't have a family to hang out with. I don't have other people
Yeah.
that want my
Like,
presence.
I'm sorry that you think that we don't need to have free time. Like, you have free time, it can
To
be
be a
used for
kid.
something else. Like, no, life doesn't work like that. Life. Now, I get like, it might be kind of hard to adjust from being a kid where you literally have like a week of free time versus like, oh, when you have a day job or when you have a job, like a real career job, you might only get like 2 days off a week in the weekend, maybe not, maybe only one. That's still different from, okay, I'm going to college and I have a job and I have homework. It's like, I have like, theoretically, instead of having a career job, the replacement for that should be college. I should be going to college 5 days a week, and then my weekends are either doing school stuff or I'm free.
Yeah.
Not, when you have a career job, you have your career job, and then you have your family, and like, the weekend, that's like, that's your family time, or when you're off, that's your family time. But like, when you have a career job, you also don't have school, and you also don't have other stuff. It's like, that's at least how that works.
Has a family to get home to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got a wife
Ethan
and kids.
Jr.
I'm just saying,
needs food on the table.
I have parents.
Yeah.
Right? I know how that works.
I
That's
do.
how
I do have an interesting question for closing. So I experienced something interesting today. Our neighbors actually had like a serious accident. I don't know what happened.
Oh, jeez.
But it's not like the neighbors that are next to you. It's the neighbors that are like across the street, but you can still see. It's like the end of the street.
Yeah,
correct?
gotcha.
Well, when you're like outside doing something and there's like a fire truck and an ambulance and stuff, like what position are you supposed to be in?
Zach has no idea.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You were
I
at
live
work.
with you.
You were at work.
Okay,
Anyways.
so
Like what
Because
physical
I was,
position?
I was,
What are you
I was
supposed to
outside
do?
playing basketball,
And
and
you
there's
just-
like
Oh.
an ambulance, fire truck, kind of within walking distance.
Oh, I'm still gonna ball up.
But like, so
That's
like,
that's
it's like,
none of my
what
business.
what does the cop think when he like looks over and just sees this kid playing basketball while he's like holding
Re-
somebody's like bleeding body, or like the ambulance?
He's
guy.
resuscitating
there's
somebody.
a-
Just
Yeah.
1, 2, and you're just
He looks up.
Okay, but
that's what.
Oh, there's a
Get a
three.
knife.
jump shot.
I don't want, if I'm in
Yeah,
that
316
situation,
layup. Just let's go.
if I'm in that situation, like if I'm the cop,
Yeah.
I don't want the whole entire neighborhood to come outside and just start looking. Like,
Yeah.
if anything, I'm happy that that kid is, or you, I guess, in this situation,
Yeah.
is just living his life. At least he's like, at least that kid's having a good
Yeah,
day.
He's
but like,
minding
am I
his business.
obligated to
No,
go over
no,
there and
no,
try
no,
to
no.
help?
You,
I just
why would
don't
you
know.
get? You would just get in the way of the cops and
That's
the,
a good
the
point.
first responders. If you were the first person on, like, if you saw it, if
Yeah.
you're it, well,
Well,
I'm not
If
saying
you
you're
experience it
obligated.
firsthand,
so
I
what
would
happened-
expect
what
somebody
happened
to say that.
What happened is I stopped and I like went inside, and I just like felt like it was out of respect in a way. I don't know. Well, because
I mean, it's
that's-
kind of weird.
yeah,
It might
it looks
feel
like-
a
it's like, I don't
little
wanna
weird.
be
because like it's
mean.
weird when I'm playing basketball and there's like it was serious.
Yeah.
I'm not talking like cat and like there was a stretcher.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
that, like,
shoot.
they're, like they're
Somebody
just checking his blood
There was
pressure.
there
'cause
was
he fell
there was a
down.
fire truck, then an ambulance, and then a cop showed up.
Oh,
Oh,
so
wow.
all three of them.
All three.
Okay.
So it was
That's
very serious,
something
but I'm
Holy
just like-
Trinity right there.
I'm like I have no idea what's going on, and I'm just balling up out here. Like
No,
it was interesting.
You would only make it worse.
Yeah. And
and
to
If
add on to
you're
that-
like even if you're
cop-
the first person, like obviously you should be obligated to call 911.
Mhm.
But like to actually like
Well, like,
go
if-
and do something about it, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you're the little first person there, I would expect you to go to do anything else.
Just go do
Exactly.
whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
Because, like-
I don't think people should be obligated to involve themselves in a
Because the
crappy
ambulance
situation.
is
That's
gonna
just
show up for the emergency and then stay for my handle.
They're getting the best help they can. So
They're like, man, that kid's got a good crossover.
yeah, he's just like,
You're like,
Okay.
like,
okay, pass it.
he's like, oh, is that a corner special?
Okay.
Anyway, on it. Wait, I'd like to.
Yeah.
Okay, goes,
Nick,
true.
Nick, I think like you going inside, kind of, as you say, out of respect was the right thing to do because honestly, I don't
I mean,
mean to be.
what if he's going to the beat of my dribble? You know?
You're helping him out, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway,
It's like middle-aged musical.
but like you obviously you're not gonna go over there. You're just gonna get in the way, like Ethan said. But
Yeah.
but also I out of respect, for them, I don't think as much, and I don't want to sound
Sorry.
You don't need to make fun of me, Ethan. I'm sorry. I do have a setup. But I have respect for yourself as well, because there'll be people watching you out there playing basketball. So, some unintellectual people who will be like, oh, why isn't he over there wondering what's going on?
Gonna
Like,
make some assumptions.
yeah, you're just insensitive. Oh, well,
I feel like
I
it
don't
depends
know.
on
I don't
how
know if I
hard
would
it
think
is.
that way.
If
but
it's-
but I
that's
think
just
there's
me.
some people out there
If
that
it's
would.
close enough, like maybe ask like if they need anything, like if there's anything you could do.
Well, first
but if
responders,
not-
they're way more jaded than
Yeah.
most people. They I know people that are in like law enforcement, so I have an idea of like the way it doesn't affect them anymore. Like they see a dead body like all the time, like person cut in half, and they're just like, oh, there's another one, kind of thing. And it's like they're not going to be thinking about like why
then
are
they
not
got
all
caught
these
in the
people
train
like
tracks. Yeah,
they're just like
100%.
this is another day. It's just another day.
100%. I'm talking about like outsiders.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah,
other
I'm
people
talking
like
about
why
outsiders.
isn't that kid playing basketball over there?
Exactly.
Oh well,
Yeah.
people
I'm
those
talking
are just
about
people
outsiders.
being idiots.
And I know you shouldn't care about them, but like you don't want to create
They
a
always end up
horrible
having the loudest
reputation.
voice.
I don't know.
You
I don't-
ended up on Hillmar Farm once because you were playing basketball while that dude's bleeding.
You're
out.
you're the suspect because you're near the scene of the crime. Okay, before we end it, I just want to say thank you for everybody that's like listened to the first episode, which is like I did not like. Of course, people that we know like they're gonna watch it maybe, but like for me, I just didn't expect like it just feels weird like hey. Here's my podcast. Like, do you want to listen to me talk for an hour and a half with all my buddies? And it was just cool to like see people that I knew, or that people that I knew, but like not personally, kind of.
Actually
Like-
listening.
Like the two people I mentioned earlier. Like, it's just cool to like reference things that we were talking about. I was like, oh, they're actually listening. Like that's so cool.
So
So
you're provoking
if
some
you-
type of thought.
yeah, exactly right. So if you listened again, thank you. If this is your first episode, thank you. We also have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
I don't know if we have like a, youtube.com/the OGs, right? I don't think that's a thing yet.
No, we do not have that yet.
So I don't know if in like Spotify you can put that in the description or something. I don't know how that works.
I'm not sure. If you look up the OG podcast on YouTube, our episode should pop up there, and you can go and subscribe to the channel.
One of the episodes or the thumbnails will be Brennan putting his hands out.
Yeah.
And he was looking right into the camera like.
He's like super wide.
So just look out for Brennan's beautiful face if you want to check us out and see what we look like, I guess, to get a better look into our atmosphere.
Get a face behind the voices you're hearing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well put.
It's funny. They two of my
said, well
friends.
said.
They were like, "Oh, your voice sounds exactly the way that I imagined." I'm like, "Well, now you can see if I look exactly the way that you imagine." All right, so
Yeah, because
There's a plug for that.
most people don't look like you would not. When you see someone like you wouldn't expect. them to
yeah,
look that
exactly.
way,
Yeah, and sometimes there's a big disconnect. So I don't know.
expect Brennan to look that ugly.
I know you think Brennan has a pretty sultry, soothing voice, but if
Oh,
you've
I
known
thank
him,
you.
if you've known him for a few years, maybe it's a little grating, but maybe not. And we're also obviously, if you're listening on Spotify, you know we're there. We're also on Anchor, I believe. Right?
Yes,
Can you
we
listen
are.
on Anchor?
That is where we come from, actually.
Okay, yeah, and then there's Apple. I don't know how Apple's podcast.
We're also on Google Podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
We are getting to Apple Podcasts, not yet.
They're still probably approving
We're
our.
also on Pocket Casts
And TikTok.
and
Oh, yeah, we got a TikTok
we have a
account.
TikTok.
Yeah, we also
And
have
stuff for our
highlights and
renegades.
stuff on YouTube. I don't know if we have actually the full episode on YouTube
I'll
yet,
post it. Yeah.
but we do have 2 highlight videos up currently as of recording this. And yeah, that's just I don't know if you guys have anything to say to the audience.
I
I
like
would
to see-
recommend the highlight videos. I've seen both of them. I hit the little like button. I did.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
show
okay.
us your support. Comment, give
I
us
put the-
feedback.
The post note he's on.
People that you know or people that know us, like you know how to reach me and you know how to reach them. I'm assuming. Anybody else? I'm not really sure if we have like a way to get feedback from like other people.
Do it
So
on
just
YouTube.
comment on
Just go to-
everything.
yeah, comment whatever you can.
Also,
We'll try to find something else.
Also, if you do know us or want to know us, we would love to have you on.
oh
We
yes,
do need
absolutely.
guests. We would love to have anybody on who's willing.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether that be digitally, if you're
Anyone-
not comfortable,
anyone with a voice and an
or if we know
opinion.
you better and you can come.
yeah,
to the set.
my friend that I mentioned earlier, they were like, one of them was like, "Oh, dude, you should have the other guy on because he's like our age." So
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Carter, coming on maybe. We'll see. All right.
But yeah, if you
Like,
guys
you
have
Alex.
Oh yeah.
if you guys have listened to the end, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you for sticking around this long.
Ethan's probably gay.
Wait,
Unless you're a female. Unless you're a female.
I'm gay. I'm gay for all.